Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Going live 3 o'clock p.m. You need some service, hit them in they DM. When I'm at the spot, go and get the pot. Cooking work while I listen to me mix a lot. They don't tell lies, they just stay fast. Hurry up, go and follow, it's Tay-Mac. Slick 316, be wildin'. Shout out those not a 2000. Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix, 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 Mix lot, what to do, baby? Those not a 2000, what up, dog? I want y'all to tell Tay-Mac, to tell Slick 316, to tell DJ Loud, let's do it. This kid drop out reach. Don't tune in right now to Westside Misfits. 3 p.m. 24/7, 365. DJ Loud, let's get it. Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Get in the mix, I'm 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 in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Going live 3 o'clock p.m. You need some service, hit them in they DM. When I'm at the spot, go and get the pot. Cooking work while I listen to me mix a lot. They don't tell lies, they just stay fast. Hurry up, go and follow, it's Tay-Mac. Slick 316, be wildin'. Shout out those not a 2000. Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix, Westside Misfits, get in the mix.
You are officially in the mix, baby. I am Miss Mix-a-Lot. Hey, man, we got DJ Lab 1202 in the building, baby.
That's right.
That's right. We got Slick 316 in the background. Y'all will hear talking in a little while, but she ain't gonna put on no microphone. Man, those not a 2000, man. We're gonna miss you today, of course. He's not coming in today. He had some cockpit problems, but it's all good. Tay-Mac will actually be here shortly. She had some things to do this morning, earlier today. So how's everybody doing? I just want to do a little temperature check.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I had a DJ the Senior Citizens Prom yesterday.
And we appreciate you, baby. We appreciate you. When I tell y'all, I don't know what I really expected, only because it was at the church. But Mom was she kind of spearheaded the Senior Citizens Prom for Greater Springfield Baptist Church yesterday, and her main thing was DJ Lab playing that music. Do you hear me? Donna, did you call Lab? Is it Lab here? Is he on the way? Where is DJ Lab? And she always talk about how she was like, Donna, Lab always come through. I said, he do. He always come through
for Miss Gloria Jean.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah, when I tell y'all they had a good time, they really had a good time.
Good. Yeah, they did. You know, when y'all left, I went back after I was finished packing up all my stuff, just see was your mom okay. Say you okay, everything good. She was like, yeah. She gave me a hug and a kiss. This other lady came and gave me a hug and kiss. Like, you did a great job. This other lady came. I think I got like 4 or 5 hugs and kisses before I walked up out there. Because they was like, man, y'all played that music. We went to school too. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, because it was so crazy because it took us so long with the passing of my cousin. My mom just couldn't get me a playlist. So finally, I just was like, just in her face, what we playing? What we doing? Let me go through these songs with you. And finally, we had a chance to get it. So I appreciate you so much, Lab, because they really enjoyed you.
I had a lot of songs already.
Really?
But, it was more of a case of I just want to know what she really liked.
Right.
I may not have it, but most of the stuff that she had on list I already had.
Okay,
so it
good.
didn't take much. I think I only had like 2 songs I didn't have.
Okay.
But I had a whole Motown 60s, 50s, and 60s collection already. So we was good. That's why I be telling people you gotta have try to have every music you can.
That's right. Well, that comes along with being a good DJ too.
Yeah.
Because you never know what kind of event somebody will call you up on,
right.
and you just like, or what they want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And it was so funny because they was like after they had just ran Puerto Rico raggedy.
She was running.
Tell him to turn it down. Tell him to, just honey. But after they had a chance to eat and everything, they actually did some steps, the stepping songs, and I love to see them do the stepping songs, and that's why I always get out on the dance floor with them, because that's a place where any age group can connect, if that makes sense.
Right.
So if my daughters was there, they would have came out there with us, kind of like at my mom's birthday party last year.
Right.
Every age group out on the dance floor, everybody jamming. And my mama really liked that part about me because she know how I am when it comes to, I'll tell you this, young adults and senior citizens. Like, I know that's a part of my passion. So whatever I'm supposed to do in life, I know that they'll be a part of it pretty much.
Right.
That not babies, but like that middle ground. That middle ground, yeah.
Yeah.
And senior citizens. Anybody over, I ain't gonna even say necessarily senior citizens, but anybody over 55. I know that I can connect with them in different ways, and music is one of them.
Right.
And we got out there on the floor and we danced or whatever. Because at first I wasn't going to dance. And then Mom was like, why you ain't out there stepping? You got to. And then when DJ Lab was like, Rico was like, man, play the motorcycle song or something.
Yeah, the motorcycle step.
And I was like, that's okay, so cool. I'll go out there when they do that then. So I went out there and danced with them. But it was really nice. I think the next time that they do it, because this was their first time doing it.
Right. It's going to be bigger next time.
Yeah, so that's how they kind of ended up in the, in the downstairs of the church, just trying to see how many people they would get to participate and actually come out. They dressed the part.
Yep.
Next year when we do it again, it's gonna be even bigger and better.
They was dressed to the 9. They was dressed to the 9.
Yes, they look real nice.
Yeah, and the lady at church, she said, "Oh, we're gonna do this next year. It's probably gonna be bigger. We probably not gonna be able to do it at the church."
Yeah, they probably won't do it at the church. They just wanted to try it out this year, so it worked out good for them. So I think next year they'll probably if Mama gets a chance to have any involvement in it, I think they'll probably do like maybe a Waits Community Center or a hotel or something like that. Right. Well, what happened is Mama is like, that's our childhood church. That's where we grew up. Yeah, that's where we grew up. That's the church that we even learned how to sing. Not necessarily learn how to sing, but that's the church that we went to even discover that we had talent.
Oh, okay.
Because everybody in our family was in the choir, whether you could sing or not.
Right.
But it was certain times, a person with an ear be like, wait a minute, you do that again. Come back and Joshua would do it again. They'd be like, boy, you can sing.
Right.
That was where he discovered that he actually had a talent in music. In the Bluff.
There you have it.
Yeah, in the Bluff. And it was crazy. But our childhood friends are there. Like everybody, so it's always a joyous occasion when we get to go over and just kind of mingle with everybody. So once again, DJ Lab, we greatly appreciate you.
No worries, I got Miss Gloria. She told the lady, she said, he always come through for me.
And
then she said, with or without money. That's what I love about her. I said, that's right.
Right. Because my mom, because she big on you. One thing about my mama. What I have actually learned from her over the years is she gonna treat the CEO and the janitor the same.
Yes.
She's not gonna discriminate. She's not gonna make a difference. But if it's something that she's the kind of person where if she can't help you, she ain't gonna harm you, so to speak.
Right.
So if she don't feel like she can help you, she gonna be like, look, let me tell you what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that.
Right.
Because, see, that don't sound right. But she is the kind of person that's going to say, well, I tell you what I can. I can introduce you to somebody that know about this stuff.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that. For me, it's not even about the money. It's about the camaraderie. But even if we didn't even discuss any money. You know,
right?
So we didn't discuss because that wasn't what my intention was. You get what I'm saying? But just to make the gesture will make me just go that just much harder the next time.
That's
because we didn't discuss it. But even something was done, some things was done, and then next time be like, yeah, I'm there. And that's what I always do, because I always feel that it's always appreciated.
And appreciation go a long way.
Exactly.
A person that feels appreciated will go over and beyond the call of duty of whatever you calling them to do. And I always say that, I said, man, appreciation means so much, because you encounter so many people on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a just in life period, that are just so ungrateful, and you just be like, I did all of this, and then what?
Yeah, appreciation goes a long way.
It really do. I agree.
I didn't see Mimi yesterday with.
Oh, okay. You didn't get a chance to tell her about her aunt. Street Fest.
Yeah.
And they said it was dope too.
She had a little day that her and Trey Don, but I seen Auntie Donna. And then the lady that was with Auntie Donna is Mimi cousin, that old lady who came up with these Auntie.
Right, yeah.
She the one told me to play the motorcycle song.
Okay.
Like that.
Well, yeah, because they have a lot of life. Like, they still had that spunk. They not letting age get to them. They not letting ailments get to them. They want to dance and have a good time, and I think that's what it should be about. Yeah, the big, the tea. Yeah.
And then she said she was going to a party after the prom at 9:00.
Really? Well, baby, her little Auntie Linda day was like mine. Yesterday was something else. I was like, Lord.
Yeah.
Really? Well, that's where it goes. I honestly didn't know, but I have seen her, of course, plenty of times. It's crazy because she like my mama, when we have stuff, she always come and stuff like that. But I never, associated it with Mimi or anything like that. But yeah, that's just like when Buck's daddy came to my uncle's funeral and spoke, and because as soon as he saw me, he looked, he said, "Girl, me miss a lot." That joke was just so funny to me. He literally walked, because I was sitting in the car, and he walked up, and he looked at me, because what happens is with our family, my mama, it was 9 of them. It was 9 of them, and they were all Corbins. So so people that know them, they know usually all of them.
Right.
But their kids, they can't imagine us being grown for whatever reason. So when they see us, they like, "You Glare Jean, little girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, right." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." But he walked up to me and he was like, "Girl," he was like, "What's up?" And I'm looking at him, I said, "Hey." And he was like, "You don't even know who I am, do you?" I was like, "Nah, what's your name?" And he said, he told me how he knew my uncles, and how he wanted to speak on behalf of my uncle at the funeral, because that was my uncle that was in prison for 30 years.
Okay.
And my uncle always, before his demise, he always said that he was always incarcerated for being sick. He had seizures.
Right.
He was the only one of my grandmama's children that actually was epileptic. And he always said, "I'm incarcerated because I'm sick. It's not a crime to be sick."
Right.
What needs to happen is when somebody come out of a seizure, like, people need that experience in knowing how to handle them. Of course, I'm going to not necessarily be violent, but I'm not going to look at you the same before I went into something that totally changed my brain.
Right.
So he always preached that was why he said, "I was incarcerated because I was sick."
That's true.
And it's not a crime to be sick, and it shouldn't be.
Look at it nowadays. They just gonna kill you nowadays.
Right.
If you're sick, police just gonna shoot you up.
Yep, just gone and take you on out. Yeah, so.
So.
They did time together. They grew up together in the Bluff. My mama them from the Bluff. They grew up right there around the church. That's how they ended up going there, from the beginning. But I told you the thing about it was DC Young Fly's father is who was the pastor there when we were children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Reverend Whitfield. He was the one. Right. Yeah, that's how exactly. See, all of us grew up together in the church. He was much younger than us. We remember when he was born. Because his mom went to high school with my mama. Right. They, they were friends, and the pastor, of course, was like, 15, 20 years older than them? Wow. But he had been around us, so we literally remember them. Like, he has a sister that his little girl looked just like. Wow. Yeah, like they look at his little girl like, oh, she look just like you. She looked just like his sister. I'm talking about skin complexion and everything. Well, we got a good show coming up for y'all. We're gonna I'm gonna let DJ Lab get in the mix for a little minute. Yeah.
And
Yes.
Free
right.
bars, Cannimedic in the building today.
Cannimedic. So we're gonna definitely and then we also got to talk about Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little montage.
Yeah.
For her. We're gonna do a little montage for her. And you would say how you grew up around church. You would think that Slick grew up around church too. Many people kept saying, "Don't I know you? Don't I know you?
Right.
Don't I know you? Don't I know you? Don't I know you?"
just from different things. Because that was my cousin that asked, well, where have I seen her before? But we don't have too many people that come around our family and don't ever come back. Like, it has to be a situation where they made a mistake and slept with one of my family members or something. And I just said it was a mistake. I don't know. They made a mistake and slept with one of our family members. We probably don't even know that they did it, but they feeling guilty, so they stop coming around. And it's like, well, then when you find out 2, 3, I ain't gonna even say 2, 3 years later, 10 years later, and it's like, well, nobody even knew that. Y'all didn't know, because people take it, with us, our family is really, really close, but we don't get in each other's business. And that's a big difference than a lot of families. Like, we don't know what go on in people's bedrooms and houses, and we're just not that family. Now, we're there for you if you feel like you need to come to us and talk to us about a certain situation. But as far as being in each other's business, we don't really do that. But most people think because we're close, we do. And it's like, no, it's a difference. Like,
that's how y'all stay close, because y'all get each other's business.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the part people don't understand. Like, it's not a whole lot of bickering and confusion, because we honestly don't know. Like, I can hear something about one of my family members from somebody else, and I'd be like, well, no, I didn't know that. They'll swear I'm telling a story, but it's like, I honestly didn't know that. That wasn't anything that came up, But however, you guys stay tuned. DJ Lab, get us in the mix, baby.
Gone in the sky over 20,000, I keep my Wi-Fi lit. I spend over 5,000, that's just so unfit. I'm not going back no more when they ain't have shit. Pray I get a new connect, pray I get a brick. I leave a bitch in the cold, I don't have po no more. I left her sitting at the Lowe's, cause she wasn't touching the toes, no. I'm on some rich nigga shit, it's all about rich nigga timing. Fully loaded whip, I'ma curb you kindness. I'm in Hermes drip, not in the store, you can't find it. I got stacks on me, and they won't fit in no wallet. I got Gucci socks on me and money in every pocket. I got Burberry receipts, the color teriyaki. I'm on another wave, cut the head off the Porsche. Running with a pack of wolves, they know it's starting. VIP with AKs, very important. Always round with a gas torch, always round with a mask. Young nigga playing with a pinky ring, cost over 500 bags. Already know your homie singing, they bout to get on wet. Soon as you lit up and relax, that's when they wait to attack. Plant the majority of the plaques, striking it off like a match. Gone in the sky over 20,000, I keep my Wi-Fi lit. I spend over 5,000, that's just so unfit. I'm not going back.
cry. I'm straight out the truck, so why should I not? I put the bad one to the fire. I light up that cooking, that we can get hot. They going 200, I'm burning my top. 200 on fast, you barely get by.
I drop my top when I stop, they whack. They say that bro who started straight out the pot. He used to be broke, now he got a lot. Turn up at the shows, the fans they rock. Run around town, that boy from the park. And that boy sticking that dope out the dark. Pull up to the spot. Just coffee, you come, you ain't even gotta knock. Pull up with a thought. Finna pick up a friend, I'ma switch on hoes out. We get back to the spot. I ain't even gotta talk to them, pan, they gon' drop. And I'm still on the block. Screaming fuck the police till they let my dog out. Middle of the winter, I drop my top. Gotta tell on the beat so you know they be raw. I gotta burn that. Every time I leave that parking lot. Young nigga so hot. I ain't even gotta pay for no parking spot. Had to recount my knot. Cause it ain't no telling how much cash I got. 200 big face 50s and 20s. It ain't no running out. Drop my top. I don't gotta pay for no parking spot. I'm good.
These
I'm so
niggas
high.
like and it ain't my charm. I ain't stupid, this 250 on my arm. I like money more than dick, nigga, that's a fact. Pussy's everything, well let's have a chat. Pussy fat, point me to a rich nigga. Who gon' Rico ace me paying for my money, Mitch nigga. I'ma help him fuck the checkup, I'ma run the business. If your girl don't get it poppin', put me on your wish list. Hit list. Now we sending gifts like if it's Christmas. He say baby every day we boilin', I say swish swish. Got him calling non-stop cause he don't wanna miss this. I said don't panic, keep the faith, nigga, big bitch. If you know your pussy worth a Benz truck, don't let homie fuck unless it's bands up. Go to DR, get that fat transfer. It ain't such a thing as broken handsome. If you let that broke nigga fuck, we tellin'. If you let that broke nigga fuck, we tellin'. If you let that broke nigga fuck, we tellin'. If you let that broke nigga fuck, we tellin'. Rich sex.
Lil' mama said she only fucking on a rich dick. I come in her face and tell her, now you looking rich, bitch. Her friend in the other room, but can I get a witness? We could have some rich sex, can I have no rich kids? Facts, all my bitches have no limits. Fuck her in a helicopter, now she screaming, sky's the limit. Fuck her in a drop top, now she screaming, sky's the limit. Send her back to who she with, now she screaming, why I'm with him down. Lil' mama said she only sucking on a rich dick. Make you put your money where your mouth at, that's some lipstick. Let's fuck on the money before we count that, that's some rich shit. Pussy smell like money when I'm down there, that's some nigga shit.
If you know your pussy worth a Benz truck, don't let homie fuck unless it's bands up. Go to DR, get that fat transfer. That ain't such a thing as broken handsome.
New watch, ice watch, check it out, check it out. New Glock, my Glock, poke it out, get out, showing up, baby, poke it out, 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 baby, F-A, baby, F-A, poke it out, yeah, poke it out, 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 poke it out. I let that bitch in one cardina. I let my bitch they did it out. Walking that bitch and I walk it out. Walking that bitch with the 30 out. She walking that bitch with a petty out. Ballin' these niggas like petty now. Tell the little bitch to come see me now. I let that bitch don't want see me now. Let that little bitch with the titties out. I know you see me on the TV now. Cardi be looking like billionaire. I'ma go fuck on the business. House in the hill. Yeah, all of my bitches they getting it. Pop a little pig. Then I go bed.
4 a.m. I'm just getting started.
Baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out. Baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out. Baby, poke it out, poke it out.
Got my first quarter flipping $50 slabs. The nigga looking at the bills, asking you for half. Cut from a different cloth. Take pride in results. Anytime she wanna dip, I'm providing the sauce. You on side of the boss, so you kinda the boss. You keep playing with me, I end up signing your boss. Drop an EP on a nigga for the free on a nigga. Yeah, you ZZ on a nigga, king like BB on you nigga. Yeah, rock with champagne P. If it wasn't for the struggle, then I wouldn't be me. Call me Deuce or Dose, anything but broke. Got my aim from the scope, got the game by the throat.
You popped up on me by surprise. And see, I never took you for the popping type. Then it's 4 a.m., so please believe the hype. Hit the lights, I'm way over top. Pop it, flick it, drop a pin, send a location. I'm
scrapper that's alive. Ooh, never turn my back on my slime. Ooh, I ain't wanna fuck the bitch, but she was fine. Ooh, hold up, baby, let me take my time. Ooh, hard to get some head and try to drive. Ooh, jumping out the cake and that's surprising. Ooh, picking up the duffel bag like exercising. Ooh, bought my mom new house cause she deserve it. Ooh, practice makes perfect, but nobody's perfect. Ooh, Escobar's not open for service. Ooh, send you to Dr. Miami for your surgery. Ooh,
okay, you popped up, so cold. I ain't went this hard since I was 18. Apologize if I say anything I don't mean. Like, what's up with your best friend? We could all have some fun, believe me. And what's up with these new niggas? And why they think it all comes so easy? But get it while you here, boy. Cause all that hype don't feel the same next year, boy. Yeah. And I'll be right here in my spot with a little more cash than I already got. Tripping off you cause you had your shot. With my skin tan and my hair long. And my fans who've been so patient. Me and 40 back to work, but we still smell like a vacation. Hate the rumors, hate the bullshit, hate these fucking allegations. I'm just feeling like the throne is for the taking. Watch me take all I care about is money in the city that I'm from. I'ma sip until I feel it, I'ma smoke it till it's done. I don't really give a fuck, and my excuse is that I'm young. And I'm only getting older, somebody should've told you I'm on one. Yeah, fuck it, I'm on one. Yeah, I said I'm on one. Yeah, fuck it, I'm on one. Yeah.
So what? Yeah. So what? Yeah. So what? Yeah. So what? Yeah. So what? What else? So what? What else? So what? Yeah. So what? Yeah. Girl, you fine as fuck, you say you got a man, so what? And that pussy ass nigga ain't a fan, so what? Designer belt holding up designer pants, so what? Yeah. Money, fuck bitches, diamond dance, so what? I'm liking what it's going, snow sounding like it's winter time. Operation feed the streets, y'all let them know it's dinner time. I'm two classics and I'm still the underdog. Yeah, my black ass stay shining like some mama raw. Candy apple red, but them seats me Peter Pan. Call me Tizza Iron Chef, can chef it up with either hand. Yeah, I got the answer. Walt Disney of this trap shit. We keep it 100, the Isaac Newton of this trap shit. Rap niggas acting funny, I ain't with the sucker shit. Ballin' in the streets, but still a shootout like a rucker bitch. All hail to the general, salute me when you see me, nigga. Or I'ma take your bitch and go and fuck her into heating, nigga.
Yeah, girl, where you get all that ass from? God damn. You remind me of my last one. Big booty bitches got a bunch. Whole lot of them. I went and got a bankroll for lunch. Hey, your bitch snack on me like Captain Crunch. Hey, I use a booty for a tray to roll my blunt. I'm in something fast with some paper tags. I might go and buy my side bitch a Jag. $250,000, make these bald man sad. Might pull up on my haters just to point and laugh. My little bitch, she thick and she look good. My other bitch, she Spanish and she cook good. Told my girl to fix her face and her attitude. Real. Bitch, you can get replaced, I'm not in the mood. Real. $1 million cash in the living room. 5 bitches skinny dipping in the swimming pool. 20 bitches skinny dipping in the swimming pool. 20 bitches counting money in the living room. 20 bitches skinny dipping in the swimming pool. 20 bitches counting money in the living room.
20 bitches skinny dipping in the swimming pool. 20 bitches counting money in the living room. 20 bitches skinny dipping in the swimming pool. 20 bitches counting money in the living room. New chain, but I'm still the same. New rain, but I'm still the same. You gon' be the moment, nigga. Fuck the fame, nigga. Fuck you and your bitch, nigga. Throw middle fingers, nigga. Real big thing, nigga. Still the same, nigga. Why you thinking that your chain, nigga? You still a lane, nigga. Stand down, trapping with the pistols, still the same, nigga. Fuck you, throwing up my middle finger. Same nigga that'll bust your brain, nigga. We know you. but I'm still the same, nigga. And I'm still gon' be a hood, nigga. Fuck the fame, nigga. Fuck you and your bitch, nigga. Throwing middle fingers, nigga. New whip, big thing, nigga. Still the same.
I'm still the same. I'm still the same. What's up, Tay Mac?
Nothing. Good.
Welcome.
I'm here.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm here in the building.
So let me tell y'all. So over the weekend we did talk about it. Streets 94.5 did their little their thing. I can't wait till we actually get into a place where we could do ours too, when it comes to recognizing artists and you know, just kind of doing a thing. But I did want to give us a very special shout out to One Play. Man, when he One Play now, this is what's so crazy. He started following me on Instagram as One Play, and I'm like, oh okay. I followed him back, and what happened is he used to be DJ Playboy.
Oh, okay.
He DJ Playboy, yeah. So what happened is DJ Playboy, when he first started out, we did a singles mixer over at Solutions Restaurant and Lounge when Oscar was living. Oscar introduced me to him and told him, said, Donna, I think he'll be a good look for being your DJ. You know, so I said, oh, okay, cool. He was a young fella, about 20. I said, cool. You know,
he's
it's all good.
skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So he did our mixer event, and after that, like, we just kind of worked together on different ventures. So when he started, he ended up getting a show, of course, on the station that we was on. He got a show on there, and he ended up becoming Day Day's DJ.
DJ, I remember that, yeah.
He became Day Day's DJ, and you know, things just been going up for him, man. I just want to give a special shout out to him and salute, because boy, you doing your thing, NASCAR. What? I'm talking about the crazy thing is, it's a dude that I follow on IG, that when we follow each other, 166 entertainment management something. I don't even know him. They all younger than me, but he put up a picture of One Play. I guess he instrumental in what One Play doing. I look at the picture, and I said, that's DJ Playboy. So I immediately hit him up and was like, oh, that's One Play, because I didn't know. I didn't put two and two together until I saw that picture. So I salute that young fella, man. He really for real started out DJing. I'm talking about doing nothing but house parties, like events, you know, stuff like that, and have come all the way into being an artist. And the crazy part about it is he's super shy. What? Yes, super shy.
Most people do, like, especially like DJ, because they do talk. But you know, a lot of times when they just playing music, they don't really just but they be in their own little zone.
I think that's kind of like where it was for me with him, because I didn't, like, I promise you, I wouldn't have thought he would have been an artist. I never even knew he had an interest in being an artist. I thought, you know, he was just doing the DJ thing. But yeah, big salute to One Play, man. I got to kind of try to contact you and get in touch with you, see what's going on with you. So make sure you still, you know, your mental still good and you're remaining humble, you know.
All that.
That's,
you know what? It's so funny that you say about the humble part, because that's what everybody keeps telling Lil Duval. Like, they was like, okay, you turn from a comedian, now you kind of like an artist. But like he said, he be like, a comedian is an artist.
It is.
You know, and he said that's the most hardest form of art. Because you got to stand before a crowd and try to make them laugh.
Right.
Like, you can sing a song and everybody kind of, you know, music kind of bring everybody together. He said, but if you ain't making nobody laugh, everybody gonna be looking at you like this or either booing you, you know.
Right.
So he was just saying, you know, a lot of people, he hit him up and was like, please continue to remain humble and continue to remain you as you continue to, you know, say your song continue to do stuff.
I could see him remaining humble though. And
yeah,
the only reason why I say this is because
he put up a text
that Wale
had texted him, and he was just like, well, they don't even know you've been like this since forever.
Right. Forever, literally.
So he said, I'm just happy to be able to see you on this little wave that you got going on, you know. So
I can remember meeting Duval in the 90s. And when he was hanging with T.I. and them, when he was doing this thing with them, I can remember meeting him in the 90s, and he was so damn silly. He was so silly. Ooh, I was like, hey man, cool out. Like, we like, cool out, buddy. He like, I, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he's still the same way.
He put me in mind of like that little brother or that little cousin that you got on your goddamn
Aggie.
Egg as a motherfucker.
Yo,
man, shut up. I ain't gonna shut up. Right. I don't want to shut up. You know, that type of shit. Just thump him upside his damn head. But, but he our age, so.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know how it is. Like, he our age, but when you're much younger and somebody is smaller than you, you can hardly ever relate them to being your damn age.
Right.
And exactly. I don't understand that, but it's really weird how that works, especially for men.
Yeah.
It's like,
and shout out to that boy 2 Chainz and his
yes,
wife,
boo. Did y'all see that white what he had come out there now? They say he had a white lion, a white tiger.
Yeah, white tiger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was dancing with his mom. She did her first dance with her dad. He did his first dance with her mom.
That's what's up.
And so
he got married.
Yeah, so
they've been together since they were younger, but
And then the picture that really circulated that just kind of went off yesterday was Lil Wayne and Kanye picture, the little video. And everybody was like, the fuck wrong with Lil Wayne? He is so ugly.
Did y'all see him? No, I saw a picture of him somewhere with that suit on.
Yeah. That was at the wedding. Well, he had a bow tie. It was a shirt. He had on a shirt, a button-down shirt and a bow tie, black bow tie.
Yes, he had on the whole suit on the picture that I saw.
Oh, okay.
But he
had his color, hair color.
Yeah, hair color. Like it's like your hair.
No, it's your brown. You know, I done got another color on top of mine. But like the color I had.
But yeah, I seen that brown hair.
Everybody was like, oh my God,
he look dyed it and then retwist it.
Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, who re-grooming? Who retwist? Like, people like, you need somebody to twist your hair? And then Kanye, him and his wife.
Kanye.
Stupid Ye.
He was there.
Yeah, him and Kim. Kim had on a lime green.
Oh, that was them.
Looking dress. Bitch, how you trying to outshine the fucking bride with that bright ass motherfucking color? Everybody gonna look at you because of the color, not because of who you are.
That was him with them 2 little shoes on.
He had some Yeezys on, some slides with a suit.
But they
were
too little.
With no shirt. He had on the suit with no shirt with a little necklace that was like this. It said something. And then he had on the damn slides.
Girl, good night. I thought that was some house shoes.
They said it was some Yeezys that he cut.
But I'm talking about they were too little. Did you see his foot hanging out the back of them damn shoes?
Fuck the foot hanging out. Why do you have on slides at a damn wedding with a fucking suit on, sir, with no shirt?
Oh, Lord.
And she got on her shade. They took a picture. She got on some shades with lime green. Somebody said in the comment, it was like she came out of the bathroom, just did a bump.
Bye.
Look, like she had her shade. They were kind of low. And she was just like, and he was like, they was like, shit. Kanye almost was smiling.
Girl, I didn't know who that was in that picture. I seen them damn shoes though. They showed his foot hanging out the back of him. I said, who had no nerve to do this? But yo, definitely shout out to 2 Chainz because you know him and that girl been together for a while.
But yeah, he proposed to her a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the wedding was gonna happen like later on, but yeah, she looked real. She was beautiful. Yeah, she was a beautiful bride.
That's
Keisha.
What's up.
Shout out to Keisha.
She a Keisha too.
I think her name Keisha. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, so
my mom should have named me Keisha. I would have been married by now.
So maybe.
I'm just playing.
All the Keishas goddamn in there.
All the Keishas I know married. I'm just kidding.
All the damn Keishas. All the Keishas.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm going to tell y'all this. I wanted to, I definitely want to just kind of touch on Aretha Franklin for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that kind of stand out to me the most, and you all might not agree because it ain't y'all, but Aretha Franklin was an Aries.
Oh, Lord.
So believe all the things that you heard about her. No, I'm just kidding.
Rita said her boy them dry as pies to her goddamn repass.
Right. That joke was fun. I seen that meme and bust out laughing. But for real though, she was born her and Jamaica and my auntie Francine got the same birthday, March the 25th. They were she's an Aries, and it's I had a fun time with Aretha, just kind of looking back over her life, which, like, for us as children, you know, when somebody put on Aretha Franklin, we would be singing our hearts out. I'm talking about just to the point of folks be like, these children too grown. How they nobody, you know? And I got a cousin, Moon. Lord have mercy, Mook. I wanted to check on you so bad the other day when they told me she died. Baby, Mook and Yana loved Aretha Franklin.
Hey, LaJoy said, LaJoy said she diploma was fixing her seat and she was running through the house crying. I said, bitch, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall while your ass just running through the damn house. She said he bust out laughing.
Can I tell you this? Okay, so I'm on the phone. I think that was Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday morning. No, that wasn't Tuesday. Maybe it was Thursday. I'm on the phone talking to a customer. She busts out. "Ah!" I kind of took the headset off my ear and was like, what in the... I turned around to my coworker and was like, hey, folks, who it did? Because they had transferred the call to me. I get back on the phone, and she is in tears. Aretha Franklin, they done announced she done died. Minute later, what? Man. So check this out.
My mom was like that with Marvin Gaye died.
I make her an appointment for the technicians to come out. She called back at 2 o'clock. I just can't take all this. The technicians running in and out. I'm trying to deal with Aretha Franklin death, and it's just too much. I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, you told me to put the appointment up. I know it. I didn't know it was going to do this to me. I just didn't know. I was like, you know what? I said, okay, ma'am. I said, well, I do it. She said, y'all trying to take advantage of me. I'm going to call Channel 2. I'm talking about this lady went through all of this. I said, ma'am, don't you worry about it. I got you. No. Let me call the technician, tell them to get the hell up out of there. Whatever broke, just leave it broke till she called back and reschedule. I'm like, what in the world? But yeah, she said, I feel like this is my family. And I was like, that's got to be a great feeling.
Like when Michael Jackson died, when Whitney Houston died, it'd be people that really kind of identify with.
So I can honestly believe that LaJoy was running around.
Her ass is
that
crazy.
Lady had me in tears. She said the
plumber was laughing at her. The man that was fixing her scene was laughing at her. I said, bitch, I'd have been laughing at you too.
Yeah, because how you go from that to that? I don't know. But she ended up passing from pancreatic cancer, and I put up a post the other day in regards to pancreatic cancer and how it is affected, how they saying it's affecting more black people than anything. Now we do know other races that have died from pancreatic cancer, but they said it's coming at black people in a more alarming rate. So I just don't know. That's what my cousin just passed from.
Cancer is one of those cancers that is hard to fight.
Yeah, it's hard to detect. It's hard to fight.
So it's like when you have it, it's like you pretty much gonna like it's a couple of people that can kind of get past it if they get it in the early stages, but the likeliness of you curing that it no matter how aggressive you are with pancreatic cancer, like it's gonna kind of eventually take you. You know what I'm saying?
It's really weird though, because what happened is I know with like I was saying with my cousin Kevin, like he got a diagnosis in June and was gone in August. But what basically happened is they said it's not the doctors was telling us it's not a reason why you get it, like because for one he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, like he never did anything.
And that'd be the crazy part about it.
Yeah, and he was like, the crazy part about it is you could have been the most healthiest person ever, but until that pain starts making you kind of like, what in the world is wrong with me type situation, and you go and see about it, you really don't know it's there. And by the time you find out it's there, it's aggressive and it's basically taking over. So that's kind of like what happened, because Joe Jackson had it as well. And these are people with money. Even with Steve Jobs, he had pancreatic, but these are people with money that if money could buy good health, they could have afforded it. So they just kind of let you know that it is no discrimination now when it comes to any of it. Like it's not. So prayers up to Aretha's family. I did want to just give some little fun, some not really fun facts, but just facts about her. She was, like I said, born March 25th, 1942, and she was born in Memphis, Tennessee, although her hometown is considered to be Detroit, Michigan, because that's where she moved to as a child, and that's where everything started happening for her. So we want to do a little something for Aretha Franklin. Well, not necessarily for Aretha Franklin, but for Aretha Franklin fans or supporters. I don't like to call people fans. Supporters. We're going to play a little something from Aretha. You ready, DJ Lab? All right, let's get it.
That's a sign of a world a worried man. Ha ha, ha 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 ha. That's the sound of having a good time. That's a sound of pain. Change, change, change. 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 Change, change of food. Lord, look down here. See a worried man. Chain of love. Oh, how they used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired.
social media don't want us to be great.
You know what the saddest thing is? You know what the saddest thing is about that?
What?
That these record labels want to squeak out every dime out of these folks. But they need to realize that when a person dies, such as Aretha, as iconic as Aretha Franklin, you should know that people gonna want to play her music just in tribute to her.
Right.
Nobody's makes money off this stuff. Nobody's making money off of playing a video of someone who died. That an icon like Aretha Franklin died. Warner Music Group, all y'all record labels really need to get in line, because y'all are eventually going to be obsolete anyway.
Right.
Because nobody is going to go to record labels no more. Everybody's being independent. Record labels is not where it's at. So y'all need to wake up and realize that everybody's going to stream this music. Unfortunately, you won't be able to squeak out no more dimes out of this music. This lady is gone. All black folks is going to want to play this music. Period. Point blank. If you don't get in line, you will be getting stomped over. It's just simple as that, because it's time out for all that. Y'all do this crap to every song that's played. Y'all want to stop the music because y'all want to get that last little dime out of there. Actually, record labels don't even make no money off this music no more. This music is on the internet. It's everywhere.
Right.
So you can't stop everybody from listening to it and pay you for the privilege to do so. Get over yourselves.
But here's my
That has been a public service announcement. Misfits Radio.
Right. Because here's my thing. Like, okay, if we're playing a song, if I've been sitting in the car and I want to make a video and I'm playing a song, that shit can go motherfucking viral. So what's the difference in, you know what I'm saying, us going live and doing the shit? Like, it's saying a copyright thing, but if we're making money off of, guess what? You have the right to.
But see, the problem is...
But we ain't trying to make no money.
Yeah, the problem is that they don't want you to play the music unless you purchase it from them. Period. But the point is, nobody is purchasing music from you guys. Period. They're not. All these artists are being independent because they know y'all scam and schemes. They know that y'all doing is taking every dime from there. Like Those Not always says, record labels are just finance companies now.
That's all they are.
That's all they are.
That's why don't nobody even really, they be wanting to get signed, but a lot of these real ones, they be like, fuck getting signed because I can make my own money and keep it in my damn pocket.
Yeah.
Cause when they front you that money, they want that plus some more.
Yeah.
So once at the end of your bottom line, you don't even see shit.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
moving
crazy.
on.
So speaking of Aretha though, so how about there was an argument in the barbershop about who should play Aretha in the biography of Aretha. So they're in the barbershop. You know how barbershop talk is. There be some heated conversations in barbershops.
Right.
I guess one dude saying that Halle Berry should play Aretha.
Halle Berry?
So the argument was about Halle Berry playing Aretha. They done got heated where they had a physical altercation where a man pulled a gun out and shot the other man.
Wow.
Over the fucking argument of...
It was the principle.
It was the principle of the matter. But Halle Berry, she too thin to play Riri.
But she can't even sing.
And not even just that. You get somebody like Fantasia, Jay Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson,
yeah,
of course.
you get something like that, you know what I mean, to play her.
I just really want to tell my little girl's father. How long we been on the air on Sundays at 3? For 3 years.
Ever.
I mean, I'm just curious to know.
Ever, because you know it's a long time when you take the 4 off that motherfucker. Ever.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Dawn is taking a phone call from her baby.
Anywhere.
Right,
You
no,
can
I'm
go to
like,
City
really?
Trends, anywhere.
He couldn't text.
Yeah. Yes.
She making a point.
Her attitude doesn't stink like mine. I can talk to you later. Bye bye.
She probably about tired his ass too. She probably about tired too. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just curious to know. And the very first thing he said was, "Are you guys on air?"
No, nigga, we just sitting there.
What?
We just sitting Indian style with microphones in front of us.
I cannot make this stuff up. I'm just gonna answer just because you say he called 3 times in a row.
Like it's an emergency.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey.
I'm so sorry for all the bullshit. Thank y'all for joining.
It's like the record label say, "Ooh, she dead. Let's make sure we block all her music so we can get all the money off her now, off her dead, off her dying corpse." Fuck faces.
She will be lying in state at the a Black History Museum. What did I say it was? Charles something Museum.
They said Jasper Williams gonna be doing the eulogy.
All right now.
No.
All right now.
Okay.
I heard that. So we're gonna have to do the research, but I heard Jasper Williams is going. Jasper Williams. You like Jasper Williams?
You like him how?
Jasper Williams.
Oh, baby, you're not from here.
Pastor.
You're not from here. You wouldn't know him. You wouldn't know him.
He a pastor?
He a pastor.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That was my daddy's right hand man. That's the church that my daddy guarded when he was a when he was living. Yeah. He was there every Sunday, and it's so funny because we never went there. But him and that was his right hand man.
Yeah, so
Hey,
Aretha definitely was one. She didn't bite her tongue, and we knew that as her being a civil rights icon. You know, her pushing certain social issues back in the day. And she was very opinionated. So there's this video that keep going around where she was being interviewed. Have y'all seen that? By the guy she was being interviewed.
I ain't seen that.
Yeah. And they were asking her. He was shouting out different artists, and what her reaction was, like her first reaction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, he said Taylor Swift. She said pretty gowns, but never the voice. She was like, Alicia, talented. She's a good writer. I think Nicki Minaj, she said some stuff like the shade was goddamn. It was just like you had to do like this, Aretha. Like what she was saying, Aretha. The shade
on Nicki Minaj part, thick. She said,
it was so thick.
Pass. She passed on the.
She was like pass, like
pass.
And then what about with her and Patty? They were talking about them goddamn pies. She was like them dry ass damn pies. I remember that. I said Aretha, baby. Aretha did not bite her tongue at all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Aretha Franklin was an Aries, and now
fuck. Here we go with the Aries.
Let me tell y'all, okay, so you know how like she was really transparent.
Very transparent.
And that's the part that people don't really understand. Like she was super transparent. For her to be the caliber of woman that that she had the standard she had to live up. She didn't care nothing about none of that shit.
And she probably be telling the record labels right now, what the fuck?
Had 4 kids. She had 4 kids, right? And they always talk about how she just wasn't like she would tell them, I ain't doing that. Like how most artists, because back in the day when artists were artists, they had to conform to whoever was giving the money.
Mm-hmm.
And they said she was nothing like that. She was like, nah, I ain't doing that.
And she was so proud of Barack.
Like
she was so proud of him getting the presidency. You know what I'm saying? She sung his inauguration and shit like that.
Sure did.
And then, of course, President Cheeto, him and his damn Twitter. Aretha Franklin is dead. No shit, Sherlock. Like, we know she dead. We know she died.
The funny part about it with Trump is
she worked for me.
Yeah. That's the part that I wasn't getting.
She worked for me. But why do you have to always make about yourself?
Gemini shit.
No, this egotistical, narcissistic. Because I know some more goddamn people like that, and they sign in no damn Gemini.
Yeah, he probably is a real life narcissist though, for real.
No, I talked about that Friday. Like, I don't even want to talk about that more because he just made my head hurt every time. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why I don't watch CNN no more. I watch it sparingly. You know what I'm saying?
Sean?
Because his ass just always be on there. That's why I don't watch CNN. My TV used to stay on CNN. I can't do it because it's always something with his ass and that shit. And it's always something with his people. Everybody just lie. That shit fuck with my spirit. I can't do it.
I will. Can you please DM me the right number, please?
So, yeah. I respect her. Oh, Billy is Billy Lee.
Yeah.
She tuned
Billy
in. She
Lee.
said, I respect her because she always performed live. I miss artists doing that in today's day and age. Exactly.
Aretha Franklin worked all the way up until last year.
Yeah.
Like, she was still doing shows. She was still doing everything up until last year.
Yeah.
Do you know that she was scared to fly? So whatever show she had to do, she had to get out of bus.
Really?
Who that sound like,
God.
Shantae?
Goddamn dog. A damn Aries. Is all Aries scared to goddamn fly?
I know a lot of them jump on and off them planes like that crazy.
I'd be like, Don, let's go take a flight. See, I think the children got ballet. Yeah. Children ain't been in ballet 4 years.
But see, if you tell me they'll drive, you'll drive.
No, I'm not gonna drive. That's the thing. I don't want to drive.
I mean, I got my license. They still valid, ain't they? I will.
You ain't never good.
Yeah, I used to
So you used
flights.
to fly. Okay, so what's the problem? You're not taking flights now.
It's
what happened?
Different.
What happened?
It changed for me. It's a lot different to me.
What changed?
A lot of stuff. What the hell you got to go through at the airport changed.
So you trying to smuggle shit. So you on the one you got to have your reefer. So that's why she don't want to fly. That's what it is. But do you know you can find reefer everywhere though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I ain't trying to go into nobody else's city looking for reefer though. What you talking about?
You don't have to look for it. They gonna be like, shit, I got goddamn 2 for the 5. I got a 2 for the 5. Right. They gonna be like, shit.
We done got hemmed up. But did y'all see they trying to get Rollo on like 40 years?
No, I ain't see that. Really?
I read an article earlier today, and I was really interested in finding out what happened. They said that the person, he was doing those private flights, right?
Right.
They said one of the pilots on one of the flights was a federal agent.
Wow.
In the article that I read, I got to go back and find it because I wanted to put it on our Westside Misfits page.
Yes, I can see it.
But yeah, they said that one of the pilots or something like that. Right, Mike. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's right, Mike. But yeah, they said that one of the pilots was an informant or something. And they're basically trying to hide him for 40 years. I was like, damn. And it was like his arrogance. A lot of his arrogance is
that's really what got it.
What made them.
He was just like, hey, I'm doing this right here. You can't come on this private property type. You know what I'm saying? He was just like real, and he was very mean to some of those people too that was working for him. Yeah, they were saying some of those. He just talked to people any kind of way. Like he was very arrogant. So yeah. So God just had to sit him down for a minute. Maybe hopefully he don't get 40 years, but hey.
Yeah,
sometimes
when I read that article though, I was just really like, dang, that's quite a bit. Like I don't even know the details on which way he was caught with or what happened or anything like that, but that article caught my attention because you think about a young black man being away for 40 years, even if he's 20, baby,
you might well just gonna die, cause
that's what I'm
when you
saying.
get out,
By the time you get home,
what you gonna do when you get out, man?
Right, like
you gonna be 5 years away from Social Security. You gonna better get that shit, cause your body ain't work.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Look, everybody has seen videos, especially like when he got pulled over by the police, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck me, and I can pay your salary." And
Yeah.
Yeah, that arrogance.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sometimes money do change people, but it changes for the worse.
That's true.
That nigga don't know what home means, but you ain't always ask you. You know what I mean? So if you appreciate what you got, then God find a way for you to keep it. If you don't appreciate it, he'll take that shit away.
Well, it's definitely a process, man. I was just like, dang, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what kind of time he was looking at or anything like that. But I mean, he could account for the cash though. I mean, he an artist, but the drugs is what the part.
Cause you can't smoke all that. You can't say that's my personal supply.
Right. I don't know, but I did see that article. And when DJ Lab come back down here, I want to talk to him about why men always thinking that when a woman leave them alone, cause see, that it's got to be because of another man. Sure, can you get a microphone?
No.
Okay, we don't want to hear. Okay, so what you said though?
What? Really?
Yes, because I was trying to figure out the whole thing about catering to your man.
Oh.
And I'm like,
okay, so let me tell y'all what happened. Yesterday we did the what we was talking about. We did the senior citizens we're just gonna say senior citizen prom.
right.
Stars, as they call it, stars of the night. What did they call it? Stars or something. However, we did that with my mom, and I know I agree, Sean. He didn't have no real guidance, but at the same time, he wouldn't accept none either. But however, we did that prom yesterday, and I was telling Rika about how my mom taught us to kind of not so much as cater to men, but like my mama fixed plates. My mama like she takes care of her brother. She took care of my daddy. She takes care of Adonis. Like that's just like not so much. I ain't gonna necessarily say cater to your man, but to a certain extent, that's what kind of like what she do. She do it for her brothers, my brothers, you know. So Rika was like, "What? I don't do all that." And I was like, "Really?" And she was like, "You fix plates?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like
I fix plates.
Well, yeah, like that's. But see,
so
my
rough.
mama. But
Rico.
that's the thing. My mama always took care of the men that were around her. I don't care what it was. She always was that person. Their wives do it too.
Yeah, I fix plates. You know what I'm saying? I fix plates. I cook. I fix plates or whatever. Even if you cook, I might fix plates too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when I see that you don't deserve stuff like that, hey, bro, it's in there.
But see, that's the thing. I ain't even finna, I ain't gonna even deal with you if I don't feel like you deserve that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a difference because if I damn see that you like, cause it's not anything for him. That I guess that's what I'm trying to say. If it was me doing it for him,
I actually like though. I mean, I think it's kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's a part of who you are. This is what you do. What's up? Come on. Look, so I think for me it's a little bit different because, well, for you too, it's a part of who you are. It ain't got nothing to do with the dude.
Plates. I fix plates for a man. I mean, I fix plates like I don't have no problem with that.
What's up, Louis?
So we were just talking about like catering to your guy.
You remember yesterday when we had the conversation, and I was like, Rika, yeah, I fix plates like. Yeah, I mean, I do all of that. And right. Rika was like, I ain't doing that. And I was like, but why? And she was like, that's catering to a man. Okay, but it's your man. I mean.
That motherfucker ain't putting do none of that shit. She's not gonna do a damn thing that has something to do with something submissive.
Really? That ain't even being submissive.
But she think in her mind she think it is.
Right, I could go for that in her mind. She probably think, but I'm not really so much domesticated like that. But I don't mind fixing a plate. Like I like, here you go. You know what I'm saying?
I will fix lab plate.
Yeah, I will fix your plate lab.
Hey, your mama fixed my plate. I say, did she tell you nah, she gonna get it?
Yeah. Because I was like, I said, I'll take who you want to get it to? I'll take that back to. She was like, no, you good. Like, oh, okay. Like, okay.
But see, sometimes it kind of get back on you. Like she was saying, I'm a nice person and I don't mind fixing a plate. But sometimes my plate gets fixed too. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I get catered to as well. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But like for the most part, I fix everybody's plate in the house. So when I cook, I fix everybody's plate. I start from the youngest to the damn oldest.
Okay, see, and
that's how I go in my house. You know what I'm saying?
See, for me, when I did have a mate, it went opposite. For me,
well, let me just say this. I do the youngest, period, just my kids. You know what I'm saying? So if I have company, you're still going to get put on that. If you become the man of the house where you paying bills and shit like that, then you might get a big piece of chicken. You feel what I'm saying?
You might. We got to come back to this. We got Cannimedic in the building. Where you at? What's up?
Turn this mic down.
Let me hit you one time.
Look at Cannimedic, y'all.
Yes, Cannimedic, what's up?
What's going on, Westside?
We ain't seen you in a minute.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
I think the last time I seen y'all might have been pregnant.
Yeah. Actually, I think so.
She won.
Really?
She's won.
Yeah.
That's been that
sorry
long?
about that.
No,
you
look good, been that long.
Cannimedic, what's up?
Thank you. Y'all looking amazing as always.
Thank you.
The shoulder, it hurts.
Really?
It still hurts. The doctor told me a couple of days ago I can stop wearing the sling.
Okay.
So it's still not fully attached up here, but we got work to do. You know, one shoulder can't stop a show.
That's right. So, what are we gonna do? I mean,
see, the shoulder injury actually was a gift and a curse, per se.
Understandable.
Because when you're doing sports, you have to realize that when you're doing something physical like martial arts or things of that nature, you have to understand that an injury is not really an injury. It's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson in technique and form. And it just means that you got work to do. You got practice to do. So it's giving me an opportunity to continue. I've still been going back to class. Nothing's going to keep me out of jiu-jitsu. But I'm more of a student now where I get to sit in class. I'm not doing physical activity. I'm just more so watching.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. What was I know you just said the word. Say it again. What were you doing?
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is jiu-jitsu?
Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a martial arts, and it's in the form of grappling. Whereas most martial arts are striking, punches, kicks, knees, elbows. Jiu-jitsu is more so maintaining dominant control and submitting your opponent via an arm bar, leg, or a choke. So there's I tell everybody there's 3 key rules when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Snap, tap, or nap. Either
wow.
something's gonna break, you're gonna take a nap, or something's gonna snap. So those natures. So just know when to tap out.
So what were you doing when you injured your shoulder? Like, was it something you were learning, or were you trying to put some
we're actually sparring. So when in sparring, jiu-jitsu is one of the only martial arts disciplines that when you spar at 100%. In boxing, they hold back a little bit when they're sparring. Kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, you go 100%. My goal is to get you into a position where I'm dominant and either choke you out or twist something, pull something to the point where you tap on me and submit to my will.
That sounds so romantic. No, I'm just kidding.
Bitch, what you say? Put me in the chokehold. I love you, boy. Really?
OMG. So you were.
I'm gonna show you guys video live real quick on my
please do.
On
She
Facebook.
done say that sounds so romantic.
It might have been the way he said it.
It's funny because and a lot of people are asking.
They gotta be sexual positions, kind of.
Right.
Well, I tell people that yoga and jiu-jitsu make you very flexible and limber and be able to put your body in different positions. So that does curtail, because I wonder, there's got to be some black belt couples out there that have some wild sex.
Some black belt sex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so the thing with how I got back into jiu-jitsu was with, if you guys are listening, go to High Rollers Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They reached out to me back in June about an event in Los Angeles. I'm going to be on Vice soon. The event was covered by Vice. So what they did was took the jiu-jitsu community and combined cannabis. So it was a cannabis-infused jiu-jitsu event. And so there was a pool of fighters. A lot of them are professional fighters.
Were y'all fighting slow?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, they go 100%. Because cannabis is actually one of the best pre-workouts.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a natural vasodilator, gets the heart pumping. Depends on if you're using indicas or sativas.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the high rollers, the thing of the event was this. Let's just say DJ Lab is my opponent. They call, hey, Stan, DJ Lab, come to the fighter pool to warm up. You come to the fighter pool to warm up. When we get over there, they're going to hand us a pre-roll.
Really?
He and I are going to share a pre-roll. After we finish smoking, and we step out and fight.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds like an event I needed to be at.
Yes. Yes.
I'll be like, you know what, bro?
I need to be there.
No, they're having round 2, September 9th, and they added a women's division.
That's my birthday, September the 9th.
That's my sister's birthday.
Yeah,
it's
Virgo.
It's going to be in Los Angeles. They got a lot of big names there. I don't know if you guys watch UFC, like Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, they're partners, like friends and associates of those guys. Shout out to Lon, Breezy, Matt. They'll actually be here this week. 2 of the organizers of High Rollers are actually the bodyguards for Wiz Khalifa.
Really?
Yeah, so they actually roll with Wiz, and they're big guys. And so it's a whole culture. People understand that it's bridging a gap that's already been there. You have guys who do martial arts and guys who smoke. And they're like, wait a minute, I smoke and do it. Wow, I've realized, and for myself, the first time I got injured was the first time I didn't smoke a dab before I went to class.
Wow. Are you serious?
First time I got injured, first time I didn't go to class high.
Oh, wow. That's amazing on how they even put that correlation together to even make it make sense. But it makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, once you actually see. So, your first time being introduced to jiu-jitsu, like how long ago has that been?
Honestly, I think it was 1998.
Okay.
I used to get VHS from the movie store of all the pay-per-views. Back in the day, we didn't get pay-per-views.
Right.
But when I found out they had UFC, like UFC 1, UFC 2, they're up to like UFC 140 something now. I saw like the smaller guys in there with their little gis on, fighting like the big guys, the boxers,
Right.
the kickboxers, and they were choking them unconscious. They're breaking their ankles, and I'm realizing like, wow, like wait a minute. Because
skill.
And I tell people for I'm actually do a little introduction. By the way, my name's Stanley Atkins. I go by the Cannimedic. I was running late. We came in and jumped straight into it.
We did.
I am a cannabis healthcare advocate, educator, and patient. I do a lot of work in the community here. I'm not only an advocate, I'm also a patient. I think that the number one priority in cannabis is education. And we are having to re-educate the miseducated. And I thank you guys for inviting me out.
Most certainly, man. I think our first time meeting you may have been 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years, and we were really impressed because, like, we are interested in the cannabis advocacy for one, and for you to be fighting for the legalization for the reasons that you're fighting for it for. We thought it was really, really interesting. So I know it was a few times that we had a chance to see. Well, I don't even know if we even had a chance to speak to you, but we were at state capitol and places like that, and you would be, doing interviews and
it
all
gets
that
kind of
stuff.
busy down there.
Yes.
Starting out with all this, I really had no idea I would be doing this. When I initially got sick, I was just like, hey, I just want to fight for what's right, because I'm like, dang, if I die, I want to at least say we started a foundation, or because I don't know how this is going to turn out for me, so at least somebody can just pick up the pieces,
That's right.
And once I actually started reaching out, I realized, like, wait a minute, I'm not the only person out here.
Mhm.
There's a lot of organizations, there's a lot of people coming out of the closet about cannabis, their cannabis use, and it's only going to continue to grow with the expansion of the cannabis industry.
That's right.
Because where people would turn their nose up and, won't y'all spray something when you say, light some incense. Now they're like, hey, so listen, I heard they have stocks.
Right.
You have people who
Look,
don't.
welcome.
Yep. They wanted nothing to do with it. They've bashed their children and their peers for using their entire lives, but they're now trying to buy cannabis stocks or find investment opportunities for themselves, because this transcends morality. A lot of times the only time they have an opposition to this plant is it's a moral issue.
Right.
And sometimes things supersede that, like health.
That's right.
I have met people who stick with their moralities. I've had people at some of these, the city council meetings, some of the DCRIM hearings that I've spoken at, and I've asked people, because I have opposition now. Everybody's not a supporter.
Oh, of course. Then you don't expect.
They tell
you
me
don't expect for everybody to support, especially if they're a person that. See, a lot of times people can't care about stuff unless they're put in a situation to care. So a lot of times when it comes to even things like the advocacy that you do on the level that you do it on, a lot of people can't relate to cannabis being helpful because they've never had to use it to help them. They don't understand that. They don't understand the importance of it and why people go so hard for it. Why? It's illegal. But do you know why it's illegal?
And that is the key thing. A lot of people don't even understand why cannabis is illegal.
Yeah.
It hasn't been illegal that long.
Right.
Just shy of 100 years. Cannabis, and people understand there's so many different types of cannabis because they think just the time you smoke. There was a time in North America where you paid your taxes by growing hemp. The Declaration of Independence is grown on hemp, made on hemp. A lot of countries still have hemp where people grow it by the hillside. So really the major reason that cannabis is illegal internationally and a lot of places internationally is because of the speech of one male, and that's Harry Anslinger. Do any of you guys know who Harry Anslinger is?
No, who's like what kind of? Because I want to ask you something in regards to it being illegal because I've heard different stories about it being illegal as well and why it was illegal. So I want you to tell me who's Harry.
Okay, Harry gave a speech to one of the drug councils for the United Nations in the late 1920s, I want to say. I have the date written down somewhere. And in this speech, they were holding a drug council, representatives from multiple countries. And their thing was this right here. When a person consumes cannabis, it makes a white woman be more susceptible to spend time with African Americans. She'll have eyes for African American.
Right.
She will start developing tendencies towards wanting to be with an African American male.
Yes.
They stated that when African American males consumed cannabis, that it made them have erratic, violent, and unpredictable behavior. It made them more susceptible to murder and have a higher tendency of rape.
Really?
So he pretty much criminalized and made it so evil that, because pretty much this is what was going on back then. You would have a person that would smoke some cannabis, say it was segregated.
Right.
And say if there's a white person, she hears some jazz music or some people down there getting down the juke joint. I want to stop. Hey,
right.
Take a toke. Yes. And when they say, well, she has a susceptibility to want to, culminate with other African Americans and people of color, that's because she's enjoying the vibes.
Right.
And so they were like, well, I don't know why she's hanging with him, but I know when she hang with him, she's smoking that grass.
Right.
So the grass makes white women want to be a black man.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Well, see, I never knew who said it, but that's exactly what I was going to ask you about, because I know I've heard several different stories about it making white women want to get down with the black men.
Well,
so
thank the Lord Jesus took his ass out. He died in 1975. Thank you so much, Lord. Sometimes our prayers are answered, and you take good people that need to be taken care of. So we so glad Harry Hansinger's ass is gone.
Yeah, Harry Hansinger.
He's gone. He died November 4th, 1975.
Yep.
We're so happy that he is gone and dead and gone. We so glad. We so glad. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, moving on.
Well, yeah, the thing about it is, and I guess for thank you so much. And I guess the thing about it is, if you're a part of a culture where African Americans aren't supposed to be liked, or African Americans, like, you can't like them, like you're supposed to just automatically hate them for something they have no control over, their color. Then that would put you in a position to be like, what, we do need to, that do need to be illegal. That we don't need to have that around here.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see how it came into fruition. But
Well, one of the things that I'm happy about is there's bigger problems than cannabis now in our society. A lot of major players and people who make a lot of conscious decisions and who make a lot of things happen, they're understanding that cannabis is not the worst thing.
Right.
They just had 60 people to, I think it was 60 deaths and hospitalizations in Connecticut from the spice. We're having countless overdoses from the opioids. They're dropping dead left and right.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that in states in which cannabis has been offered as recreational or medicinal, they have notated as much as a 25 to 27% reduction in opioid overdoses.
I can see that.
Well, you got to understand that a lot of times the reason they aren't legalized and they aren't pushing for cannabis to be explored as an alternative to opioids is because they haven't been educated.
And that's true.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel that once Big Pharma gets involved with cannabis, that it'll be legalized very quickly?
To answer that question, Big Pharma is already deeply rooted in cannabis. You can look up a lot of organizations. I'll start with GW Pharmaceuticals. A lot of them are coming up with, they'll have grows and facilities and labs, and they'll take the plant and extract all of the chemical properties out of it, find out which one does which, and they'll take that and create their own synthetic version of it, market it, patent it. Oh, look them up. There's a lot of them on the market right now.
I mean, that's just like with Tylenol and damn Equate. You know what I'm saying? The brand is like the key ingredients is what's going to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Tylenol versus the Alpha brand or Family Dollar brand, So that's about the same, about the same thing.
Well, the problem with Big Pharma and cannabis, the reason they're not as deep or as so many in cannabis yet is because their money's tied up in this, and they have the money to allocate to this. We've got to just set up the infrastructure because
they want to keep making their money.
And that's why state of Georgia, guys, if you want medical cannabis expansion in the state of Georgia, you want legalization in the state of Georgia, there's a hearing coming up on the 29th at the state capitol to discuss such topics. Right now, there was a proposition early this year that didn't make it far. There's a lot of hearsay and speaking to where they wanted to give out X amount of permits for cultivation, X amount for dispensing. It wasn't many. Well, the number was potentially 6. Four,
6?
4 would have potentially gone to one large pharmaceutical company. One has to go to a teaching university. That leaves how many up for grabs?
1. Like what?
A lot of places you just have to follow it. They stand to lose entirely too much money. You know, they put a lot of money sending people down to the Capitol to expand for doctorate programs and things of that nature, to change the sample program so they can give out more samples and things of that nature because it keeps them rich. There are a lot of physicians that realize I can only write the patient a recommendation for their card. Once I write that recommendation for their card, I'm no longer getting paid from them.
Right.
Whereas normally when I'm treating them, I'm giving them medicine to help them go to sleep,
and
medicine to help them stay awake, medicine to help them smile, medicine to help them stop smiling, medicine to make it stop hurting, medicine to make it hurt, to make this stop hurting.
Right.
Whereas if they take cannabis and they get their oils and they get their CBD supplements and they create them a wellness plan, they stop filling those prescriptions.
Right.
These big pharma reps come in here and give me all these pens and notepads and take us out to all these dinners and drinks and pay for all these
shares
in order for me to give out more medications. So that would be them literally taking money out of their own pockets, especially some of the larger entities that have been investigated by Congress for kicking as much as, I don't even want to drop some of the numbers, like it's in the millions a year.
Oh, wow.
Solely on food and drinks for physicians.
Yeah, because when I worked at Grady, the funny part about that is when I worked at Grady, those representatives, they used to come in and they would give like the best parties ever. Like they would take everybody out, because they were getting such
working in a physician office, they used to. If they want you to push this certain drug, we getting a whole lunch.
Yeah.
And we, back then, just looking, I was like, shit, I ain't just got to buy me no damn lunch. We got Chick-fil-A, we got, all this different stuff.
Yes.
And then they go in there and talk to the doctor, and they get them some samples, and next thing you know, you're getting samples.
So, what we have to do, everyone, is to expand the conversation. Because a lot of times, this conversation isn't being had in the spaces where it needs to be had, but versus they go behind the building when they go back there to smoke to talk about it. We have to bring this forefront. This conversation needs to be had in churches. It needs to be held in Bible studies. It needs to be held in wellness centers, in nursing homes, in daycare centers. Because if we don't educate our people, how can we expect them to even want to attempt to learn more about it?
Right, or either support it or either not have those, not looking at it as a morality issue, like like we mentioned earlier, not to even look at it in that, like, because it's all about perception. So if they can look at it in a different perspective, it's like, oh, I didn't even think about it like that. So, like you said, education is going to be key.
Because a lot of people, you got to understand that there have been no reported deaths in the history of cannabis use, ever. Have there been cases where someone consumed cannabis and died of their actions? Yes, that action could have been riding a dirt bike down a hill with no helmet trying to jump a cliff.
Right.
Yes. But also look at alcohol. Right now, if we say, hey, let's smoke a joint, I guarantee you we probably sit here and watch something on television, relax, listen to some music. If we say, hey, let's drink a bunch of alcohol, we get in our cars and drive, erratic behavior. But yet alcohol is served even at Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
Yeah, alcohol is served in every major restaurant, every grocery store, and alcohol is responsible for way more deaths annually than cannabis.
But that has a lot to do with the lobbying, though. The lobbying really, really affects a lot of people get it mixed up in thinking that these lawmakers and these officials are caring about them as the person. They don't care about you as the person. Their main goal is who's lobbying them the best, who's taking them here. And they're like you were saying about the doctors, with the pharmacy reps coming in and taking them a lunch, and then like her pain doctor, I swear to God, he has a pharmacy rep in there every time we there, and it ain't no shortstop. They bringing boxes and trailers of food in there. They eating steak and lobster every day. So a lot of people got to understand that these officials do not care about you as a person. They don't have any moral guidelines that stops them from voting from things. It's all about who is taking care of them later on down the line. And I think that the Attorney General that we have now, the United States Attorney General, is going to, until he's gone, the effect of actually legalizing marijuana a little bit further is going to be held up because he's such an old, antiquated person. He believes in so many old, antiquated things that he can't see past his own antiquated thinking. He doesn't have any thinking that will lead him forward in life. He just thinks about 1954.
Right. And
so,
exactly, he thinking about when it like during the times where
until he is gone, until the current administration itself is gone, I think legalizing marijuana is going to take a little bit more. It's going to take a little bit more groundwork to get it legalized properly, because the fact that when you have an attorney general who says marijuana is a gateway drug to everything else, that's what he truly believes, and that's how he truly thinks. He's going to make laws and tell the other attorney generals in the states what they can and cannot do. And so with them not wanting to go against him, they're going to do what he says. So I think that we have actually took a step back with this current administration because nobody wants to go forward because they don't want to offend him. Until they're gone, it's going to take a little bit more hard work than it. We've gotten this far on legalization, but it's going to take a little bit more work now because of the current administration that we have. And I don't think anything will go any further as long as Jeff Sessions is Attorney General of the United States. I just don't think it will be.
Well, here's the key thing with that. Jeff Sessions is the Attorney General of the United States of America. That is very true. But which means he's over the federal, state of cannabis. But cannabis is handled state by state.
But he gives guidance to the state attorney generals too.
And that's a great point.
Yeah.
Everyone, we have a very, very important election coming up. We have some huge elections coming up this fall. Know who your state attorney general is.
Very
Look
important.
at your state attorney general's agenda. Review their topics. Reach out to their offices. Send an email and ask them, what is your stance on cannabis, on medical cannabis, on recreational cannabis, on cultivation, on dispensing, licensors? Because if you're not going to be someone who's progressive, then you're somebody who's regressive.
Right.
So we need people who are proactive versus reactive, and we need people who are thinking for the future. Because Georgia, we are near the bottom in healthcare. We are near the bottom in education. It is proven that the tax revenue and the revenue generated from cannabis can help and start being allocated to the resources that are needed in the communities. Even if it's better policing. A lot of time, the reason we have a lot of police involvement and shootings and things of that nature, the police officers are stressed out. They can't smoke. They're stressed out. And that's because they're understaffed. They're working more hours than they should, or even they want to. So guess what? I was supposed to beat my daughter today, but now I'm chasing your ass through this neighborhood.
Right.
So we have to understand that cannabis tax dollars can hire new officers. It can help teachers get school supplies to create a more interactive learning environment for their students. Look at the homelessness in Atlanta. It's embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing that we can open new stadiums and all this talk about the belt line. Everybody's talking about the belt line. What about the belts around the waist of the homeless people?
Right.
They need help just as much as everyone else, and cannabis could help that, even if it's resource centers or shower facilities. It's a lot we can do. It's just sitting people down and opening up their minds to even explore this. Because when they think cannabis, they're just thinking there's just a bunch of people that want to just smoke.
Yep.
And it's so much bigger than that, because although you have a large basis of people who I just want to smoke, you have a lot of people who need it.
I was just about to say it's a total difference when it's not necessarily a necessity, but a necessity. Because for one, everybody don't want to be high off of the opioids. Like, I don't like the feeling that opioids have given me in the past.
Same here.
Just from having children and having to, because I had cesareans. So when you have cesareans, they automatically give you these, they automatically give you these perks. And it's like, I don't like that feeling. I itch. You feel like, I'm serious.
Well,
like the side effects.
Let's think about. Well, let's discuss some of the side effects. So for people tuning in, hi guys, what's up, Patrick? Everybody, hey Jill, how are you? Let's discuss the side effects of some of the opioids. Right. All the rappers talking about double cupping, 2 codeine, pouring up the purple and pouring up the Sprite. Let's talk about it. The side effects for you ladies he got the perks. Let me tell you something. In the morning, he's got to leave late at night. because he can't be around you early in the morning because that stomach's messed up.
Yes.
I'm either sitting on the toilet, I'm turning around trying to kiss it.
Yeah.
The excruciating pain, the lack of bowel movements. When they're on it, yes, it causes constipation. It slows gastric motility, which means your digestive tract slows down, although you keep eating at the same rate. That's how a lot of patients get fecal impactions.
Yeah, that's if they eat.
Fecal impactions. And another thing about those opioids that I've recently learned is that a lot of them actually shut down certain organs in your body.
Yes. So, and the problem is because you're slowing everything. You're slowing everything to a crawl, and you're using synthetic heroin. And the people on the street don't understand that most of the dope that's in Atlanta now is not even cut with codeine anymore. Everything's being mixed with fentanyl. Fentanyl is measured in such a small calculated dose that the 99% of the street dealers don't have the scientific equipment that's keen enough to measure it. Little as 2 small like grains, like 2 granules, 3 granules is enough to overdose you if and we're not measured correctly. Percocets, Oxys, Roxys, they're all Xanax. They're all measured in milligrams. Fentanyl is measured in micrograms. So one Percocet, guys, one of those fake Percocets will kill you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You will die. You will be in the hospital.
I know several.
And right now I'm working. So let's just say I've taken all of this that we're dealing with, cannabis, healthcare, education, and public health, and I've tried to put something together, a resource for all of us to be able to use. So today I want to announce to you guys that I'm preparing to launch Cannimedic.org.
Okay.
It is going to be first ever of its kind web-based social portal. And so, and it's not just going to be a website. We just go on, check out a website. No. This is going to enable each user their own login.
Really?
So we're going to have messaging. We're going to have resources, downloadable files, frequent asked questions, updates. We're going to have blogs. We're going to have ebooks, video tutorials, interviews, product services. We're going to have an online store for CBD products. Because the problem with cannabis and all the mission that we're doing is that there's 1,500 cannabis Facebook pages. There's this page, there's that page, there's Instagram. It's everybody doing their own thing in too many places. And unfortunately, everybody's swimming the breaststroke, but in different directions.
Right.
Let's put everything, pool our resources. Because right now, we are on the cusp of a breaking point in the state of Georgia that if we aren't together, if we aren't calculated, educated, and motivated, others are going to sweep up from under our feet and build this around us. And when they build this castle, they're going to make us go through the front gate. There's going to be no just hanging out in the ground. No, come through here. It's going to be like a turnstile. You're going to be serviced here. So right now with Cannimedic.org, I want a place to where families can go. You know, if you're a mother whose son has autism, I want you to be able to, okay, are there other other parents in the area?
Right.
We can start our own resource services.
That's right.
You know, we can start, we will be starting our own soon. I've attended so many social advocate group meetings, a lot of them, I won't even drop any particular names, and I look at how things are being run, and in so many places, everybody's so eager to talk about the cannabis industry, and it's like, you know just enough to talk about it, but what are you giving people to go home with? What type of information are they going home with to where I can get started tonight and start building my own foundations? Because I've asked a lot of questions to a lot of people in attendance, and at the end they come to me like, bro, I'm more confused now than when I got here. You know, they throw out these big words and throwing this out there, and I don't know the terminology. We have to slow it down, and some people need the basic education. You know, we unfortunately, we're at the point with cannabis to where we need to teach neuroscience at a 2nd grade level. Because we have to, like you said speaking earlier, we have to battle over 80 years of negative propaganda.
Right.
And people in Georgia, the ones who turn their nose up at me and, ooh, child, that ain't gonna work. Those are the same ones suffer from high blood pressure, gout, diabetes, Crohn's, fibromyalgia, seizures, cancer. So the ones who don't support me, the ones who don't believe in me, are the ones who need my help the most. And whether they know it or not, you guys just keep me motivated. The ones who tell me, well, I'll just let my kid die from the disease. That's fine, because I won't.
Right.
You know, that's why I was saying with the morality issue. I've had people that approach me leaving the Capitol, leaving city council meetings, and they like, well, what about this and what about this? And I asked them, if a doctor told you tomorrow your child has an uncurable disease, no matter the test, the medications we have, they're not helping. They're making it worse.
Right.
Cannabis will help your child. The oils, that is not smoking, it's the oils. I've had people that looked at me in the eyes and said, I would let my child die and bury them happily.
Yeah. I like the thing, like you said, when it comes to, see, this is the thing, it kind of confuses me when people pick and choose what they want to have morals dealing with, right? So it kind of bothers me when a person would even have the idea in their mind that I would do this because morally this is what's going on. When you think about it, most people do what they're used to, right? You do what you learned as a child, and the biggest thing for me is when you get to a certain age and you start to live life for yourself, things are going to change from what happened most times from when you were younger. You're going to do some things different from the way that your mother did it or the way that your grandparents did it because you didn't know any better when you was doing it that way. Just because they did it that way didn't make it all the way right. They were doing what they were used to. They were doing what they were taught.
And I'm glad you just said that because just because you've been doing something for a long time doesn't mean it's right or you've been doing it right.
Right.
You know, there are people, I've learned that we've been using the bathroom wrong our whole lives. Like the way we sit on the toilet is actually wrong.
How the fuck we supposed to sit down?
Your feet are actually supposed to be up higher.
High. You gotta
have your feet up higher. Yeah, I know that. I knew that. I thought you were saying that our butt wasn't supposed to be on the toilet. I was like, hey, what we supposed to be doing?
I noticed when I was in Japan, you go to some of the restaurants.
Well, when I did a colonic, my very first time doing a colonic, that's what she said, that you should have a stool in your bathroom
because
where you put your feet up. It brings and it helps
because a lot of times with the way the rectum and the colon is shaped, when you sit like that, it actually pinches it off. That's why people have to bear.
Oh, that's why they
strain so much, and that's what causes the hemorrhoids and things of that nature. And I realized this myself from being sick and my stomach illness for all these years. That when I prop my feet up on something, with a stool, you realize you just don't have that pressure, like that inflammation I used to get in my stomach. It just doesn't hurt as much. And that's why they have products on the market.
They have a poopa sister or something like that.
Squatty Potty.
Hey,
Squatty Potty.
Squatty Potty. Yeah.
That's free promo. You may need to hit us up about that.
Right. Well, I will definitely be checking into that because I honestly didn't know that. DJ Lab, can you get us in the mix? Because I want to come back and I want to talk to Cannimedic in regards to how far he think we've come in Georgia with getting the cannabis legalized, and how much further do you think we have to go before it's? Because I know they kind of tweaked every
program.
They just went through it and just picked and did everything.
Yeah,
when we come back, we're gonna definitely touch on to those issues because whether we want to believe it or not, whether it's our desire to use cannabis or whatever, you have to understand that there are some people that's going to need this information. There are some people that's going to want to support and don't really know how. So. And we definitely want you to let us know how they can come out and, not only just support you, but find out more information. Because we've come to a couple of, places with you, and we found out way more than we expected. We was like, what?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
But it was pretty cool when we came out.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It's a whole different culture, whole world. So we appreciate you. So hold on for one moment. DJ Lab, can you get us in a mix for a moment? And we'll be right back.
Misfit Radio, let's get it.
Have you ever seen someone that you thought was so sexy? And even though you had a man, he was still turning you on.
Mood feeling right, and I see you standing there, not an ordinary night, feeling lust in the air. The way your body looks, it's turning me on. The way you lick your lips slow makes me want you even more. You're turning me on.
Thing right. Anytime I press up on your thighs, baby, I'm the man for rock you all night. Make you feel alright. Giving you the loving of your life. Make you sweat till the morning light. Make this thing right. Anytime I press up on your thighs, baby, I'm the man for rock you all night. Make you feel alright. Giving you the loving of your life. Make you sweat till the morning light. Box it, y'all. Come on and dibby. Pick up all the fat, but to get them where you feel. Give me first date. Anytime they see me, girl, them say they love me for the illest killing woman. Cause I'm box it, y'all. Come on, know you done make it. Every man round the town, so them want to take it. Touch out the fall and know where you want to take it. Every day we can get on my best, I get a part till you buff and we can't get enough. Call you clump on the bluff, make me hard and tough. You got the stuff, I got the handcuff. I know you like it from the back, I know you like it rough. Y'all go and wine, bubble to the baseline. Everything go be fine if you don't waste the time. Check me later, figure get intertwined. Cause baby girl, you know you make all me say thing right. I'm a twist on your right. His song. I'm a feel alright. Even if the love in your life, in the first till the morning.
Shake that booty, turn it around, back that ass up, back that thing up, wine go down, shake that booty, shake that thing, turn it around, New York ladies, back that ass up, down south, wine go down, jump in at the club and the music sweet, if it juke gal, and pan the wall, looking at the mirror and juke gal, and pan the gum bumper in at the ear and juke gal, junk in the tongue, wind up your rump and juke gal. Shake that ass, wine, y'all looking fine, wine. One thing that on your mind, wine. Bend over and wine. The Jamaican girls, wine. The New York girls, wine. See the dumb south girls, them a wine.
I turn around and shook and drop low to the floor and swing it back and like that, there you go. Pop the bottle, get loose for your foe and roll them hips to the left for once more. Now shake it up, bend over, spread wide. We back again and on a whole new ride. With Elephant Man, a twister, young blood. We off in the middle of the club. So bring it here, I love mama fall in. And tell your crew that they can join in. So DJ spin it back, I got them tickled. So best be running when you hear that whistle.
Now come and shorty, won't you show me that love? Back it up on the twister when I come up in the club. Look at the sister while she twerk that thing. Make me wanna let her hop in my old 4 range. Now juke it on me while I blow my bowl. Sippin' hypnotic while you drop it down low. I be that nigga rapping Rockefeller crew. Come pop it for me, let me see what that do. Come in, mama, you so thick it's ridiculous. Look at your body, I like how you shake and twerk your titties and thighs. Your body's elegant, other shit is irrelevant. It's the elephant, young buzzin' twisted from the city of Shy. You juke your body like you come from Jamaica. Go in my pocket to give you every blood clot thing. Look how she juking that booty cheek like a wing and winding. So when you hear the cut drop, sing.
Jump in at the club and the music sweet. If it juke gal, and pan the wall, looking at the mirror and juke gal, and pan the gum bumper in at the ear and juke gal, junk in the tongue, wind up your rump and juke gal.
Your body, girl, make the fellas go. The way you ride it, girl, make the fellas go. Ooh, your body, girl, make the fellas go. The way you ride it, girl.
cash, I don't need no stylist. Young veggies don't need no college.
How we rockin', man. How we rockin', man. Hey. How we rockin', man. Hey. How we rockin', man. Hey. How we yeah. How we rockin', man. Hey. How we rockin', man. Hey. How we rockin', man. Yeah. How we rockin', man.
Yeah. What? Oh, on the mix. Look, she want no problem. She ain't getting no boo. That's all. That DJ Lab all day, boo. That's right.
That what Miss Gloria Jean told me. She said, "Oh, he the show."
Right. Look, well, you hey, that you know that.
Yeah, because she don't tell no lies.
Right. All she say is facts.
All she say is truth and facts. So there you have it.
That's right. Yeah, Tay-Mac had to leave. We still got Cannimedic in the building though. What's up, Cannimedic? That's right. If it's on, if your mic is on. Is it? Oh yeah. There you go.
Testing. All right, guys, we're back. The mic is live and back working.
That's right. So yeah, Cannimedic and I were talking before we actually went off air, and we were just discussing a few things. If you do get a chance, y'all go back and see us. I don't know why Facebook is kind of, I don't know, they're bothering us today. Yeah, I guess we played Aretha Franklin and they just went crazy.
It was that disclaimer we gave their ass, so
right.
So now they being ruthless.
To us. But however, you can also listen to us. I just want to plug us real quick. We are powered by Live 365. This is Misfits Radio. We are Westside Misfits as a group, but Westside Misfits actually owns Misfits Radio that's powered by Live 365. So if you have the Live 365 app, of course, you can go there, type in Misfits Radio. We'll come up. You can hear us every Sunday at 3 o'clock. We have an awesome lineup too, and we'll go over that a little bit later on. You can also go to our website, www.misfitsmediagroup.net, and there we go live there as well. We're on, oh my goodness, about 15 different outlets. So yeah, we're definitely with iHeartRadio, TuneIn app. We go live on YouTube. Like, we have a lot of different avenues and outlets that we are utilizing at this point, being that we are now the owners of our own radio station. So
strong work, guys. Strong work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's something to really be proud of.
Well, we greatly appreciate you. You know, the thing about it is, we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to just kind of be that musical outlet for the people. Well, not just music outlet. I'll just say
we don't have just music no more. We're
trying
to see if we're gonna get Cannimedic to do a podcast with. What?
That's right.
Hey, we may just need to start putting that in the works.
Yeah, I think that would be a good
right
thing.
Now I got a lot of big things in the works.
That's right.
And I want to make sure to bring along the people with me who have supported me. I noticed that the people that normally laughed and, hey man, that shit ain't gonna work, those are the people now inboxing me, emailing me, hey man, are you hiring, hey, how can I get involved? And I still don't turn anybody away. Just because you were being misled then, I'll be glad to lead you now.
Right.
Absolutely. Right. There's no problem.
Like you said, education, like when you put up things that that allow people to just kind of get a better idea of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and things like that makes people understand, oh, okay, so I get that now. A lot of times when you're ignorant to certain things, you kind of cast it out, you kind of make fun of it, you just kind of make a mockery of it, not really knowing, and we've all been ignorant to certain things until somebody actually sat us down and told us what was going on, and it was like, oh, okay, now I understand it. So when you put that information out via social media, however it is that you're delivering that information, trust me, it's, even if it only helps 2 people,
that's 200% raised.
Yes, like seriously, that brings it closer to fruition, because if first of all, a lot of people say, Dad, we don't like to read. DJ Lab, me, my brother, all of us are readers. So that's how we can become attached to certain things that other people can kind of shy away from, because we enjoy reading it. Like, we want to know more about it. Give me more. Like, that's just who we are. And we want to encourage other people to be the same way.
And I love that about people, especially the intellectuals. Something that I'm working on right now is I had to understand that a lot of technical information people don't want to read, and it's usually the 30 and under crowd who don't want to read, and that's perfectly fine. So for you 30 and under crowds who don't like to read, I'm going to make it so easy for you where you can't even deny it. You know, I'm going to create we got a lot of upcoming digital content we're working on. Okay. And it's going to be, everything's going to be 30 to 59 second videos. If I can keep your attention for 59 seconds, you give me 59 seconds of your time, and I'm going to give you shit that you can take with you.
That's right. And the thing about it is, that's key, because when you think about it now, that's what they're giving you on most of the social media sites. That's the amount of time that they feel like you need. If you have a point that you want to get across, it should take you a minute.
Take you a minute.
And that's it. And once you catch people's attention, then
we'll send them to the YouTube link.
Yeah,
I'll send you to the website. You can watch the full length video on the in-depth video.
That's right.
So guys, also there's a lot of events coming up regards voter registration.
Yeah.
There are some of my associates that I'm working with. Some of my friends from Minorities for Medical Marijuana. They're launching the Get Out the Vote, Georgia Votes for Bud campaign, and people need to understand, like, everybody asks me, like, hey, how can we vote for cannabis in Georgia? You know, how does this work? People, you cannot directly vote for cannabis in Georgia. So I'm going to tell them again.
Vote for people
in the state of Georgia, you do not directly vote for cannabis, okay? What you do is, because Georgia is not a referendum state. And what a referendum state is, people, is that when at least 50% or 51% of the population feel a certain way about a certain topic, they propose it to get on the ballot. They write it up. Hey guys, at this election, we're voting on whether you can sell water outside of Walmart without a permit. If 52% of the citizens say, I want to be able to, my people to be able to sell water, I don't care if they have a permit or not. When they vote, guess what happens? Georgia, unfortunately, isn't like that. And so what I need for people to do right now, everyone watching this video, if you're in Georgia, you have friends in Georgia, associates in Georgia, they have to get out and vote in this election. This governor's race, it's going to set the tone for the future of cannabis in Georgia. You need to look up your state. Look at these congressional seats. Look at these House representative seats that are available. These representatives, a lot of them are coming out to meetings. If you need to go to a meeting, inbox me, follow me on social media at the Cannimedic, and I can definitely point you in the right direction. When it comes to politics, I am bipartisan. Okay. And I choose to remain bipartisan publicly because I don't want anyone to think that I'm in support of A, B, C, or D. Right. I'm here for the people. That's right. I want to know, out of all the cannabis A, B, C, and D, where do you stand on the issues that I stand on?
Right. That's very important too. And the reason why I say that is because we know the candidates that are going up against each other for the governor's race, they are very much different. So I don't know if you've had a chance to speak with either one of them on
not yet.
Okay.
I'm hoping to sit down with a few.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get a chance to just kind of speak to them, or someone that represents them, or someone who they trust that represents them, to just kind of ask them where their take is, and what exactly, how close are we in Georgia. Do you feel like we're closer now in Georgia than we were a few years ago?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're closer now than we were yesterday.
Cool.
You know, I need people to know that every day we're going closer, because with every day that passes, there's somebody that's broaching the subject of cannabis. There's like retired parents who's sitting at home, kids are already graduated college, my grandkids are in middle school and stuff. We don't have anything to do. You know, I want something to invest in. I want something that's tangible. So back to the political aspect and your politicians, and finding out where they stand.
Right.
Not only finding out where they stand on these subjects, but also once elected, we have to hold them accountable.
Oh, absolutely.
That is the number one thing that is going to propel cannabis in the state of Georgia: accountability. And as for the politicians, because if they say, hey, all right, you guys support me, they're going to come out. They come out to all the meetings. You know, there was one candidate that came out to one of the meetings. Hey guys, I don't know much about cannabis, but I'm in full support of it, and I'm all for it. Let's do this. I'm on your guys' team. I represent this organization. I'm running for this and this and this and that. Please support me. So they're all like, hey, let's get pictures with him. Let's share him. Hey, we support so and so and so and so. A few months later, he's riding around in the Georgia deportation bus.
Right.
You remember him. I'm not going to drop his name. You know who he is.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm pulling up in your city and I'm deporting all the illegals. Really? You're just going to pull up in a bus, a prison bus that says a deportation bus?
Yes.
But yet you were,
Straight like that.
if because you can't say that I'm for the people and you're for deportation and things of that nature. And I say that because a lot of people are persecuted and because of cannabis, because of the color of their skin.
Absolutely.
And so I put all these together. And so make sure you know who your candidate is. Make sure you know what district you're in for the Senate, for the House Representatives. Look it up. If you don't know it, Google it. It will come up, type in your zip code, find out who the candidates are in your area, find out where your voter registration place is, find out where your voting booth is, and make sure you can call their offices. A lot of them have office hours. Now with the campaign trails heating up, they're not going to be in their office as much. But some of them have hours to where, hey, we have pretty open door policy.
Right.
I'm a House Representative, District 17, District so-and-so. Ask them, okay, hey, I represent this district. I represent my people in my community, and I'm here to ask you a few questions on what are your thoughts on cannabis? What are your thoughts on legalization? What are your thoughts on decriminalization? You know, what are your thoughts on the policies and procedures governing it if you do say yes?
I totally want the idea of cannabis being, the negative perspective of what cannabis is and what it do and what it's capable of. I definitely want to just kind of challenge people to kind of challenge your thoughts when it comes to certain things. And I say that in regards to when you go, the very first thing that happens when you go to apply for a job, and you get the job, you got to do a drug test. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I even want marijuana or THC to even be what they're looking for, because if they do that,
do you really mean that?
Well, to a certain extent. Let me tell you why. There are a lot of people that use cannabis, THC, things of that nature to actually
help them
live on a daily, to do their job better, to stay focused, to just actually maintain, get through the day. So I just don't know if that should be held against them. I guess there would be some kind of policies in place.
So with states that are legal, that have even recreational, you can just go and just buy it and smoke it. It is up to the employer. There is a large group of business owners in the DMV area, and that is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
Right.
And they're pushing for a shift in culture change for employers to where they're not even testing for cannabis. I'm going to drug test you, but in the drug test, I'm just not testing for cannabis.
That's what that's what I'm saying. That
where that's going to come in with problems is companies that have to have vehicles that are driven by employees. Different types of insurances where if something happens, in order for this policy to be covered, they need to go take a drug screening.
Right.
And although you don't test for it, the insurance company or the company that owns the policy can say, well, they were impaired due to the cannabis.
Okay.
And, so it's going to be up to the person, the business. And for me, everybody isn't a functional smoker. Everybody's not a functional stoner.
That's true.
Everything I do on cannabis. Everything I do it better. I eat, sleep, breathe. So everybody is not the same. So it's not going to be good for everybody. Everybody can't use it at work or at lunch. And there are a lot of entities in which a lot of jobs where you don't want that. Like really technical things. You don't want to be putting together the screws in someone's knee, and you just smoked the bowl and you forgot. And you finished. You've already sewn them up shut, and you're like, oh,
where'd that go?
You're gonna look around the room that. It's like maybe they won't need it.
But this is the thing. You think about, okay, so everybody has a vice. Everybody has something that helps them get through life.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. I feel like cannabis is the safest vice to have.
Honestly, it is.
I don't know.
Because I tell everybody, what happens if you consume too much cannabis? Ding, sleep it off.
Right, like
I'm dying, and I tell them like, hey, I feel like I'm dying. And I ask them, have you ever died? And they're like, no. I'm like, so how do you know what it feels like?
Right.
But here's the key to that. So for even the viewers that I have watching, there is a solution for that. When you do overconsume, just take some CBD. CBD reverses the psychoactive effects of THC. Now it's gonna make you a little bit more relaxed, make you ready to go to sleep. But like sometimes people have a very hypersensitivity to THC. the endocannabinoid system in us mammals, some human beings, their endocannabinoid system is so sensitive to the point where as little as 13 milligrams of THC. Yeah, that's all they need. I've met people, they hit a joint 2 times and it is, oh shit.
Right.
Yeah. And you have some people who, they can eat a whole bag of edibles and just kind of relax and mellow out.
Right.
So just, like I said.
But that's what anything that you, see, this is my thing, like anything that you don't do in moderation, you're gonna pretty much overdo it.
Cannabis can be abused. It can be overused, just like anything. When people say, well, what about y'all just want to do this? And I tell people, they be like, do you abuse it? No, I don't hit it. I don't choke it. I don't do anything with it. I treat it very kindly. I'm very nice to my edibles. Yeah, I'm always polite to my cannabis. You know, I pearl everyone all nice and lovely. But the thing is that overconsumption does have adverse effects.
Okay.
That hyperepidemesis syndrome. So pretty much it causes gastrointestinal problems, where it speeds up the metabolism. It makes it very uncomfortable, cramping, painful. A lot of patients get vomiting, diarrhea. And the only cases in which I personally have seen that and patients that experience that are patients that dab a lot. And that's when they're taking the wax and they're smoking the extracts. Because a lot of guys, like the amount that it takes to take a dab is like a tiny morsel, like, the size of a
take
crumb.
much. Right.
Well, they'll take like a whole strip of, like a whole chunk of it on internet. Hey guys, we're taking a whole gram dab out here today. Follow me. And they're doing that, and you gotta understand that it's concentrated, so you're inducing so much THC and CBD to your shit that your body can't even process it all.
Right.
So there is a such thing as going too hard in the paint, and those patients usually find themselves with adverse problems, and a lot of times the medicine that they are consuming wasn't fully clean. A lot of those guys are making that stuff with the butane from the sex store, and they're open blasting it at home, and it's not lab tested, and it's not clean.
Okay, so, I mean.
But what's the most abused drug on the planet?
I think it's alcohol or coffee.
That was in the runnings. I thought that too.
Isn't it cigarettes?
Nope.
No, they used to be.
The most abused drug in the world. You can't say cigarettes because there are certain age groups that is just very difficult for them to get their hands on cigarettes.
Yeah.
Alcohol, coffee.
Okay.
If an 11-year-old walks up, hey man, you grab me a cup of coffee, you're gonna look at him like, hell no, grab me a cup of coffee, kid.
Right.
A kid comes up with a cigarette, hey man, you give me a cup of coffee.
Sugar.
Sugar.
I forgot about sugar.
Sugar metabolizes into 2 things.
Yes.
Sugar metabolizes into fat and acid.
Right.
What promotes every disease? Acid. Sugar can be purchased. You can send a kid in the store to buy a 5-pound bag of sugar. Nobody's ever told you how much sugar you can buy or have in your house.
That's right.
No, it's actually very easy. No, I found out the only way to eat things and consume things that aren't good for you is to pick it up. If you don't pick it up and put it in your mouth, it won't get in there.
Just don't pick it up.
Well, I tell you what, you can't eat what you don't buy.
But actually, we done very good because we used to drink a lot of Kool-Aid. We've stopped drinking Kool-Aid, and we've noticed that we don't buy as much sugar.
Kool-Aid.
They still make Kool-Aid?
Yeah, they still make Kool-Aid. We don't buy as much. We used to buy 20-pound bags of sugar.
And do what with it?
And make Kool-Aid and used to go through it within a month or so. Now we don't even go through. We've had a 20-pound bag of sugar in the cabinet for over a year.
I don't think I've gone through a 20-pound bag of sugar in my adult life.
I don't either.
But yeah, 20-gallon Kool-Aid, 20-gallon. Was it 20-gallon?
20-gallon.
No, it was a gallon and a half.
The big ones.
2 gallons.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a big handle of Kool-Aid, guys. So no sugar. Yes, tell them sugar.
But we stopped doing it, so it was like it's
that's
great
good because I've noticed like so many African Americans, and those are I'm not gonna say African American, I'm gonna say our people. People are becoming more conscious to sugar and what it's doing to their bodies, and the diabetes and the heart attacks and the strokes, and the promotion of the acidic environments in which our bodies are, because you have so many females and males as well. But a lot of times I like to speak out to like the females. And I tell them, because your pH balance is like different than mine in DJ Labs. You have a separate pH balance that you have to make sure is maintained naturally as well, and the foods and things that you consume ultimately affect that.
That's right.
You know, the water you drink, is it hard? You know, tap water is very hard. That's why we have a lot of limestone in Georgia. That's why we have a lot of kidney stones, because people say cannabis does not cure everything. It does not heal everything. A lot of people come to me and say, well, you're always saying it's the end all be all. I will say it again, cannabis is not the end all be all medicine. It is a tool in your resources to promote your overall healing and wellness. Because if you say, hey, Stanley, I have stage 3 breast cancer. I don't want to go to chemo or radiation. I would like to consult with you on how to even take an approach to that. And I will say, okay, we may have to sit down and write out you a detailed treatment plan on how to start. But cannabis is just going to be one piece in that.
Okay.
It has to have physical, spiritual, mental wellness.
Right.
You've got to change your diet. You can consume all the cannabis in the world, but if you're still feeding the disease process with sugars, processed foods, saturated fats, and things of that nature, it's only going to continue to grow.
Right.
If you're not drinking water, you're still drinking sodas and coffee and things of that nature, beer, liquor, smoking cigarettes. You have a lot of patients, they don't change their lifestyle.
Right.
They just, I'm just sick. And if you also have to take your mind and put it in a stronger place, because, spiritual wellness and mental wellness is something that's really big in our community, and it's big in every community, and negative thoughts and a depressed mentality promotes negativity in the body, and the body releases toxic hormones that actually promote further disease process and the worsening of those processes. So if a patient is, bedridden, or they are homebound, and they are on their oils, don't just give them their oil and leave them in there and let them nap. Let's get them in the wheelchair, take them outside, get them some fresh air, maybe bring a dog around.
Right.
Take them to the store with you. Even if you got to push them around in the wheelchair, it's fine. Let them listen to some music. It's about creating that sense of happiness.
Right.
Because people think that happiness derives from outside sources, but your happiness comes from within. I found this out. There's a video that's going to pop up in a couple of weeks on Facebook. It's a couple of years old. The first time I ever went live, and I was crying because I was really sick, and I was like 120 pounds, and I was finding blood in my urine, and I was reaching out to people in all the different states, like, hey, I'm in Georgia, I'm dying, can you just help me get to your facility, and please, I'm trying to become a medical cannabis refugee, I just need some help, I lost my job, and to no effect. To this day, I'm glad that nobody really believed in me. Nobody really wanted to help me. Nobody wanted to fly me out and give me an assistance. I'm glad they didn't believe it. First of all, I'm black. Yeah. First of all, wait a minute. Only a lot of people look like it's only usually white people that come out with their families and their children that relocate. Well, I was one of those guys that really needed it. I tried to sell my vehicle, like everything. I lost everything and I got sick. But guess what? That is what set the foundation for me to realize that, okay, I could pack up and leave. People ask me all the time, why are you still in Georgia? Why are you still here, bro? You could go to Cali, go here. Who's going to do what I'm doing if I leave?
Right.
Who's going to go to these boring hearings, these long meetings, to sit down and get the technical information from people that don't look like me and take it and give it to the people that look like me?
Right.
Nobody. Right. I don't mind doing that. I take pride in doing that. A lot of times, people laugh. It's me in a room with a lot of old white people.
Right.
But some of those old white people are some of my best friends in the world. And they've taught me so much in this. And that is why I'm willing to do what no one else has done in order for us all to get what no one else see us getting. If we don't have someone at the table when they're discussing dinner, then everybody else, we're just going to be on the menu. Shit, I'll sit at the table. Don't worry.
Right.
Don't worry. Because there are too many like-minded individuals who are interested in the state of Georgia. They already think that we can't organize. They think that we aren't structured. And a lot of times they're right, but we need to show them that now is the time for us to come together. I'm going to start officially holding my monthly Cannimedic meetings. They're going to be a lot different than a lot of the other advocate meetings you've probably been to.
Okay.
We're going to have some private closed-door advocate meetings as well. But we're gonna really, really bridge the culture. I don't want a room full of people that look like they live in Dahlonega, Bremen, Clayton, Georgia. I want to go into a room where this person may look like they live in Temple or Tifton, and this person from Bankhead. I want somebody from Griffin sitting next to someone from Alpharetta. I want a person from Cobb County talking to somebody from Macon. Let's see if we can get the people that would normally never even discuss this plant with each other at the same table. let's talk, guys. Because once they
That'd
say
be
let's
good.
organize, we've got to be together. You know, everybody's worried that somebody's gonna get the notoriety for what they're doing. Oh my
Right.
God.
God, you just
care.
say that one more
Yeah,
again.
everybody's scared that someone's gonna get the notoriety for what they're doing. If you are true
Oof.
and just in your actions and in your mission, don't worry. People are gonna see
That's
what you're really
right.
doing, why you're doing it.
That's right.
You know, I can't be bought. I have so many people. Hey, man, I have somebody offer me, hey, won't you just kind of denounce that, and we could give you a job at a hospital, like as one of the like the organizers. It was 2 years ago, and it's like, you know what? That'd be like contradictory to everything I stand for.
Right.
It costs me everything to come out on the internet and say I am a medical cannabis user.
Right.
And then go to the Capitol. I'm like, you know what? What you're willing, the crumbs you're willing to give me is not worth the loaves that I'm about to bake in this oven.
That's right. That's right, because you think about it, like, okay, so I don't know, we're just revisiting something real quick. So with you and the injury that you've had, I know this is not your first time being injured or
Yeah, I got a lot of
anything
them.
like that. This is your first time?
No, I've dozens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So is this the first time that you weren't treating yourself or allowing the hospital to treat you with opioids, or how does that go?
The first time I chose cannabis as alternative wellness was with my GI issues.
Okay.
And going through that and detoxing off the opioids, I used the cannabis. It took me a while to completely detox off opioids. You know,
Really?
I was opioid addict over 10 years. A lot of people never knew that. I was a raging pill popper. I had different ways of consumption. I didn't always swallow them. Sometimes I would crush them and snort them.
Right.
I would mix them with drinks, mix them with Xanax, and once I realized I was dying, you know, while dealing with that for pain relief, I made a change. And so with this injury, you know, as you can see, the shoulder, the bone's still sticking out the back a little bit, but I stopped wearing a sling a couple days ago. So throughout this injury, I have not consumed one prescription narcotic. I've taken 3 muscle relaxers and 3 anti-inflammatory, like an naproxen or ibuprofen. And I only took like 3. When I took it, it did help, because people understand that the pain medicines don't help the pain, they just mask it. You have to treat what's causing the pain, and that is
Right.
the inflammation. Well, cannabis is better at reducing inflammation than Tylenol and ibuprofen. It's 18 times stronger than ibuprofen. And so for me, like because it was partially dislocated and we got it popped back in. And so when the shoulder blade was sticking all out the back, I figured, okay, well, that's something else is dislocated. So I'm in the ER, and they're like, well, we're going to have to pop this back in. Don't worry, we're going to give you some good dope. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not the way I want to relapse, you know, because I don't need that. Let's just say
Right.
that. I don't think I'm strong enough mentally and spiritually. I don't want that in my body.
Right.
And so I just started eating edible after edible. A friend of mine, I can't name him, let's say K-Dog, Captain Run, thanks for the suckers. He made me some bomb suckers. We had crackers. Let's just say I choose alternative wellness.
Yeah, so that's what, like, you think about a person that you can encourage to do the same thing.
You
in
can do it.
regards to because like you said, nobody wants to relapse, so nobody.
It was
wants
intimidating
to
for me.
Feel like that.
Because I've had so many injuries. I've had my right foot crushed by a piece of heavy equipment. I broke my toes in the barracks once. I had my right arm broken, getting slammed on it. I had my right hand crushed in an ambulance door. I messed my neck up in a boating accident. I've knocked out teeth. I mean, you name it, I've fractured ribs. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I love doing exciting, dangerous things, but my problem is that once I attempt it, I don't always stick the landing. I'm honest with it, you know.
Well, yeah, that is
but
an
I'm
issue.
willing to, hey man, hold my beer and watch this shit.
Right.
Yeah, that was always me.
And the friend is like, man, what?
But like I was saying with the intimidation, where I was like, is the pain going to be so bad to the point where I want to take the easy way out and take an opioid, because they're offering it in the ER, and that is where my confidence just built up to the point where I was like, listen, Stanley, you say you damn Cannimedic. You tell people that this shit is better than everything else.
Right.
Then it's time to put your damn oil and put your edibles where your mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
And when they told me we got to push this bone back in, I ate like an entire packet of the crackers, the infused crackers. And then they told me we don't have to put it back in. It kind of, you got it back in, but it's dislocated. They're like, you have a grade 1 separation. And I'm like, okay, the surgery. And they're like, well, it's kind of just got to grow back together. We're going to give you all these pills. And the only reason I took one of the muscle relaxers because in my trapezius here, it just causes muscle spasms.
Okay.
Yeah, and the muscle spasms were actually worse than the shoulder. But here, tomorrow makes 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'm already out of the sling. And through using the cannabis topicals, the creams, and the oils, it is healing faster than they ever would have expected. People are shocked that, like, bro, how's it healing so fast? And I tell them nature's best medicine.
Right.
And I'm very excited because this is just motivation for others. You know, you don't have to take those medications. I have them, but I didn't even open the bottle of the pain pills. And this is just another stepping stone for me and my healing and in my education and in my platform to help others that you can do this too. Right. I did this doing jujitsu, and this is very painful.
So it's definitely, like you said, a gift and like it's a gift and a curse. Like,
because it finally showed me that, listen, it's now or never for you. You claim that you're never going to take another opioid, and this is excruciating pain that's stemming from trauma.
Right.
You know, everybody's like, dude, take something. And then everybody saw the bone sticking out the back. Everybody's like, oh my God. And I'm just telling them.
Because I ain't looking at it.
I'm just sitting there sucking on my sucker like, oh, it's all good, man. I'll be back in 6-8 weeks. And everybody's asking like, dude, how are you just so calm? You know, you truly messed your shoulder up, you know, fighting. And I'm like, oh, awesome, dude. I got the takedown, though.
Right.
And I'm excited for rehab. Most people, when we get injured, a serious knee injury or shoulder injury, you know, we're depressed, we're sad because we're like, oh my God, this rehab. Man, I just want you guys to know that I'm going to kick rehab's ass, guys. Like, I'm going to push it. I'm not going to try to damage it, but I want to make my shoulder stronger than ever before. You know, I'm not going to let this deter my future in jiu-jitsu. No, this is going to make me
start.
What, training? I still going to class. I'm going tomorrow.
So what do you like?
Drills. There's solo drills, movements. You know, solo rolls, and muscle memory things.
Can't have like.
No, I can't have anybody. No, not yet. You know,
okay.
Somebody put an arm lock or something on there that could really rip it back apart.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to fully heal up. But I will be back out in Los Angeles September 9th for the High Rollers Round 2, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If any of you guys are going to be in the Los Angeles area, make sure you hit me up. Make sure you come out there.
That's September the 9th?
Yeah, September 9th, downtown Los Angeles, California, High Rollers Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We're going to have a lot of special guests. Burner, if you guys are familiar with the cannabis industry, the guy who owns cookies. Burner's going to be there. He's going to be performing. We got a whole slew of world-class fighters. We got multiple divisions. It's going to be awesome. But here was the key thing about high rollers that people don't understand. So you come, like I said, DJ Lab and I, we smoke a pre-roll before we fight each other. After we fight each other, he submits me or I submit him or I win on points or whoever won. The winner advances to the next round.
Okay.
So you may have to fight 3 or 4 times in one night.
What?
All right.
Hell no.
Here's where high rollers truly set the mark and they truly set them aside from everywhere else on the market. The winner of the black belt and the super fights won a half a pound of top shelf cannabis from California and the championship belt.
Really?
Yeah. So the event was actually covered by Vice. I'll be sure to get you guys the information on when we're going to be when they're going to air it.
Yeah.
So Vice came in and covered it. It was streamed live. Be Real TV. A lot of grappling and martial arts legends are part of the event. Round 1, we had Eddie Bravo, special guest referee, Renato Laranja.
Okay.
A lot of guys from UFC, Bellator, like the people you see fighting on television. A lot of these guys are affiliated with different gyms. Shout out to Black House MMA. Some cool guys out there. It's a really, really great experience, and it's groundbreaking, first ever of its kind. So be ready. It's going to be a bunch of spin-off events after this. They're going to have cannabis basketball and but I can say that we are officially the original true high rollers, first ever event of its kind.
That's what's up. That sounds really, really interesting.
And so do the Misfits want to party with me for my birthday next
Yes, I was just, you must have read my mind. I was just about to ask you, so, what we doing for your birthday?
All right, so last year, guys, we had so much fun for my birthday that I felt that it was wrong to the universe not to do it again.
Right.
You know, so I'm looking for a venue right now. If everything goes right this week, we'll have tickets available. It's going to be a gold ticket event. So this is going to be the first ever of its kind golden ticket party. The only way to come to this party is to have one of the golden tickets that are going to be in my possession. If one of these isn't purchased or given to you, you cannot attend this party. The only other way to get into my party is to be escorted by a tiny person of age. So that to be 21 years or older and is a person of minimal stature. You have to be careful. Yes, a small person. Dwarves are qualified. There are height requirements, guys. And people are like, dude, why? When was the last time you partied with a tiny person?
It's been a while.
A lot of people say never. Guess what? They want to party with us too.
Never.
I'm looking at reaching out. If you guys want to help plan, I'm looking at bringing out tattoo artists. We're gonna have some tattoo booths set up.
Okay,
It's a Cannimedic
cool.
birthday party, so it's only right we have some artists doing cannabis tattoos. And if we can get everything set up correctly,
Right.
a lot of the proceeds from that we'll take and donate to some patients and some organizations that need it. I want to have music artists, and we're trying to figure out the theme right now. And so everybody's a 90s parties in this. I'm thinking
Yeah, I did
culture
90s.
theme to where you wear, flags and things representing your country or your background, your culture, wherever you're from.
Okay.
Or we could do an all-out costume party. And so we're debating that right now. We're finalizing everything, finalizing venues. But trust me, this will be a party to remember.
I can't wait. So, what?
I'm not scared
Really?
of little people.
That'll be a good chance for you
Yes.
to actually.
So that means that you need to make friends with one so you
That's
can come on
right.
and play. And also,
Absolutely.
DJ Lab, what do you know about EDM music? You know?
All
right, so my birthday is always the weekend before Imagine Fest.
Right.
Everybody knows, like a few times a year, we like to really turn up in another way.
Right.
And for this birthday party, I'm trying to plug in with DJs. I want multiple DJs, and let's run up some real DJ sets.
Right.
A lot of times a DJ playing a playlist. Bro, find your beats, get your set ready.
Right.
And we're going to have, if I can get a few DJs to come out, we'll have a full-out rave. Throw some trap music off in the rave. We can have a rave trap
I'm there.
birthday party.
I'm there. I'm house
DJ
music
Lab
up all day long. What?
Yes. Okay, so DJ Lab has been doing every other Saturday. That's what he's been doing.
I've been podcasting
EDM,
house
house
music.
music,
Show.
the
Yeah,
EDM,
I have a
yes.
guy named Ramadan who's real deep in the house music here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Like he goes to all the parties,
Then we may
wild
need to
pitch,
get him
all
out to
that
the-
stuff.
to the party.
Yeah. So he does that. He does that.
Let's
so
bridge some culture.
Okay,
I get so
okay.
tired of people when they show their parties and things. It's like one type people or this type. Man, let's
Yeah.
bring everybody together. Let's get some veterans. Let's get some
I'm
special
there.
needs
My
people
me
out.
and my music and equipment is there. You just let me know where I need to be.
That's when.
Yeah.
And
that's gonna be dope.
if depending on the venue, I'm trying to see if we can set up like a radio row, like they have at big
we can
events
stream
and
that
things of
now,
that nature. And we can have everybody has like a radio show or a
Yeah.
podcast or a blog. Guess what? Set you guys up to where you can cover the event.
That's right.
Get people out, do interviews, cause you never know who's gonna come out.
Absolutely.
It's a
Well,
plus.
count
It's
us
a
in,
plus.
Cannimedic. Tell
Well,
me this.
guys,
What day is your birthday on?
My birthday is Sunday, September 16th.
It's
and,
the 16th.
So we'll do it like
remember
Saturday
that.
the 15th.
We there.
Look,
We there.
Wait a minute.
We
Okay,
there.
So
that's
Westside
that's
Misfits are in for the
Donata's
birthday party.
We are
birthday.
in. We are in.
That's Donata's birthday, the 15th. I remember. I know you were a Virgo,
Mm-hmm.
but I was trying to remember like how it went. And you said your sister's the September
She's the
9th.
ninth, yeah.
And that's my daughter's and Shantae's birthday.
Okay.
So we were just
Our
surrounded. by
parents
y'all
like to get
Virgos.
it in January.
Yes.
New Year's shagging.
So what basically happened is Donata won't plan nothing for like this is gonna be really big.
Well, guess what? We'll have a great time.
Yes.
We're gonna have fun. I tell people if you need a designated driver, I'm gonna make it BYOB because I'm not really a big drinker.
Right.
But guess what? BYOB. I might buy a couple bottles of champagne or something to pop. But we're gonna have a really good time. We will probably bring air fresheners or incense or something of that nature, just in case
Cool.
the air gets kind of foggy.
Right.
Or, fans. You never know. You never know how it may be.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get some CBD sponsors.
Don't forget about us. I know you be busy.
Oh no, I got you.
Don't forget
You
about
know
that. Let us
what?
know when
Now, I will
and
say
where.
this.
We
Now,
there.
you do be busy, but anytime I hit him up, he always respond. And it was so weird. How did I even? Was that you that sent me the message in regards to the place where you and I went? Where you and Shantae went to?
I don't even remember the donut shop.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? Because I send a lot of messages to a lot of people. When somebody says, "Hey Stanley, I have an event. I have a company. I have something else," and if I think that there are some people that may be interested, I don't mind. Like, hey. You ain't gotta tell them I sent you.
Right.
You know?
See, I'm like that too. But it was so weird because I don't even know if I think I ended up calling you and asking, "Are you coming to this?"
I think that's what it was, and I
And you
showed. I
like,
see y'all. I'm like, okay,
Right.
And so for people, the associates that you have that are business owners, restaurant owners, tell them to reach out to me. I'm gonna leave some of my business cards with you guys.
Okay.
I'm looking for other venues to hold monthly meetings, and I don't want them centered in one area. If we need to hold 4 meetings a month, one a week, and that means one on this side, one inside the perimeter, one on this, one up here, one down here. If we need to go to Columbus, we need to. If we need to go to Alabama, we've just got to put the work. And I'm willing to help you guys, and everybody's willing to help me. Let's get on board and let's get involved.
Oh, we definitely want to be involved.
We got you. We're definitely with it. It was just I remember that night because I think I ended up because I don't remember where I can't remember because I have like a couple of people that I met through you that sent me messages about different stuff. So when that particular night, I was like, I'm sitting up here. Let me go on and walk in. Let me ask him, is he coming up here? And just so happened, he pulled up. Not even a few minutes later, which I think that's super dope.
How about that?
It was. So we greatly appreciate you for coming in. Getting
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for inviting me. So with Cannimedic.org, there's gonna be room for expansion. Cool. We're gonna have room for product sponsorship, strategic sponsorships and partnerships. So if you guys want to submit content, you have things that you want to be like blogged, or if any of you guys are bloggers that want to write some articles, because the Cannimedic.org is going to become the real go-to spot. People, when they want to talk about cannabis, they're not going to go to Facebook anymore. They ain't go to Instagram. They're going to go to Instagram and look at edibles.
Right.
But when they want the real meat and bones of information and connectivity, they're going to go to Cannimedic.org. Right. And I want to make sure that the people who are from my native area and where we've been working on this, I'm going to let them in on the ground floor. I'm reaching out to everybody from Magic Butter Machine to Weed Maps, High Times for sponsorships, because it's up to me to ask. The worst they can say is no.
No.
Right.
So if you do have a product, service, or a company that wants to be a part of Cannimedic.org, shoot me some information on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's at the Cannimedic, TheCannimedic, or hit me up, email thecannimedic@gmail.com. And so we're going to have opportunity to help everybody grow their brands, and let's push this message to the next level.
Absolutely. Just one more time, how can they actually contact you on social media? What is your name on IG?
On Instagram, it's at the Cannimedic, and it's TheCannimedic. I'm pretty active on most of my social media platforms. I'm not as active on Twitter as I should be. I'm going to step that up. But yeah,
I can't figure out how to work Twitter out.
Nothing is for sale, so people hit me up like, hey, do you know people? No, we don't sell anything, but we just educate. We put the information out there.
Right.
And if you have people who are looking to connect, especially patients, because we're about to really grow this Georgia cannabis patient list. There's not enough of the people that need to be on that list that are on there. And you have to contact your physician. That's another thing that Cannimedic.org is offering. I'm working on some events now to where I'm recruiting physicians and clinicians and owners of healthcare facilities that have their physicians, oncologists, and things of that nature who want to come on board and get more information. We're going to have training, information, and classes and education for those physicians. Like, hey, I want, because Cannimedic, like, pretty much you got to be Cannimedic approved. Like, we got a doctor. They be like, are you Cannimedic approved? Because you know what?
Right.
We're gonna have my registry, like Angie's list.
That's right. I am very impressed. I am so glad to see you. Like, seriously, because we have not seen you in a while.
In a while, yeah.
And I just, what did you do? You did something different. What's different about you?
I think I left all the bad vibes in 2017.
That can work. Thank you so much, Cannimedic. And we will see you sometime soon. I know we'll see you for your birthday.
Oh, let's see me before then. I'm looking at the last week of this month. Throwing a monthly meeting, just to an introduction for people, just get some information, let people know that there is a change coming to cannabis advocacy. No more of those lame, boring, dry meetings where you didn't learn anything and people really didn't even talk to you. We're going to have shit. We're actually interactive. We're engaging. That's what we need. And if we need to have private, backdoor, closed events, we'll do that too.
Sounds good to me.
Shit, help me plan a new one. We can always plan another yoga one.
Can you do yoga with your arm messed up?
I've been doing it.
Really?
My range of motion is not, complete. Certain angles I can't pull because the ligament's not all the way attached. But yes, I've been doing yoga. Slowly, but not that fast and not as high. Yeah, so there's a move called an omoplata. So we were practicing those before I did it. So I think those holes were loosening the joint up. So it's pretty much felt like I've had my arm in a submission hold for like 3 weeks. But yoga, that's what I'm using to stretch out the muscles.
Okay, I didn't know that. So yeah, we definitely need to plan some yoga.
We could plan a special yoga.
Uh.
But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. Your body will thank you.
Okay.
I'm good at it.
So you good at what?
Yoga. I'm good at yoga.
What were y'all doing yoga?
Yoga class.
Shout out to my little brother Justin. My little brother does yoga. Hey Justin, shout out to you, man. He sends me some great yoga videos. And shout out to my yogi. If you guys want to learn more about yoga, follow Yellow Mat Yoga. A good friend of mine, Sia Collins, is the owner. We call her the Dope Yogi. And she teaches healing, spirituality, and meditation. And I want to tell you, because that's one of my partners. I don't want to do much without her. I just got to be honest with you, because the way she teaches is second to none.
Right.
We don't understand that yoga is mostly about the breathing. And healing starts with breathing. You got to send oxygen, but most people don't even know how to process a deep breath, how many parts there are to a breath, how to meditate. They tell people
And she teaches you that?
Oh man, the last men in meditation event, it was amazing. He taught how to meditate, because most people can't. You got the noise, you got cars riding by, my phone ringing, the dog barking. They can't actually take themselves into that place of spirituality and meditation and peace. Well, each person meditates differently, and she actually physically teaches you how to meditate.
And what works for you?
Yes. Is it putting your hands on your chest and just focusing on the rise and fall of your hands with your breathing? They use the gong, where you listen to the gong, and you listen to the vibration to stop. And a lot of times when you finally put your brain in that place.
My best thing is rain.
Rain?
I can concentrate better when it's like the sound of the rain.
Really?
Yeah. The sound of the rain.
So
I actually go to sleep to that.
Maybe we can put something together that weekend as well, because I'm planning the company launch. My formal, the Good Medic LLC. So the Cannimedic is a product service. It's not just you got a cannabis company. No, but I have a cannabis education product service. There's a way around everything.
Okay.
And so it's going to be powered by the Good Medic LLC, a public health information company. And I'm going to have a formal business party lunch. And I'm considering doing it early that day on the 15th. We have a formal friends, family, business, networking event for a few hours. Then give some people to get the last minute opportunity to get a ticket. And then that night, everybody go relax for a little bit. And then let's really have some fun and do things that our parents told us get us sent to hell.
We'll be there. I can't wait. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes. Y'all have a good one.
This kid drop out reach. Don't tune in right now to Westside Misfits. 3 p.m. 24/7, 365. DJ Loud, let's get it. Get in the mix, I'm in the mix. 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 Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Get in the mix, I'm 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 in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Westside Misfits, get in the mix. Going live 3 o'clock p.m. You need some service, hit them in they DM. When I'm at the spot, go and get the pot. Cooking work while I listen to me.